Roxy, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinanced. Expires 3/5/26.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. I'm here to talk to you about something that a lot of guys don't like talking about, and that's low testosterone levels. You know, the truth is men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did, so it's a thing to deal with. And when you have low testosterone, you feel sluggish, you lose focus all the time, you have trouble in the bedroom. Nobody needs any of that. Get hold of my friends over at Red Mountain Weight Loss, redmountainweightloss.com. They'll help you get rid of that sluggish feeling. And if you call them now for a limited time, you're going to be able to get your testosterone levels set, and they'll help you with GLP-1 weight loss medication. That's a $299 value when you give them a call now. That's redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Or pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword Red Mountain, and you'll be connected in seconds. That's redmountainweightloss.com. You'll feel a lot better when you get your testosterone right. redmountainweightloss.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
These days, you've got two choices: buying a new car or making the one you've got run like new. We know which one we choose. That's why at Firestone Complete Auto Care, we have thousands of ASE certified technicians nationwide trained to spot an issue with your car before it becomes a problem, no matter the make or model. Get more out of your car. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Call or go online at firestoneauto.com to book today.
Don't just spend your tax refund, maximize it. American Freight has everyday low prices like sofas from $199.99 and kitchen table sets under $100. We're not a showroom where you wait weeks. We're a warehouse store with hundreds of in-stock items you can take home today. Plus, we offer fast local delivery up to 75 miles. American Freight, your refund goes further here. Find your local store at AmericanFreight.com.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at crushYard.com.
Before there was Daytona Speedway, the Legends of Racing tore down the beach right here at the North Turn and Ponce Inlet.
And today, that legacy roars on at Racing's North Turn, voted best beach bar on the coast.
Grab a drink, dig into fresh local seafood and hand-cut steaks, and soak in those killer Atlantic views.
Don't miss Race Week at Racing's North Turn. Catch the famous Legends Parade with Grand Marshals Ernie Irvin and Jeff Bodine, plus appearances by Michael Waltrip and everyone's favorite moonshiners, Mark and Digger.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Race fans, there's something pretty big going on around Daytona this weekend. You might have heard about it, but something even bigger going on off the track. A chance to score $1,000 cash and a personal meet and greet with the legend himself, Kyle Rowdy Busch. All you have to do is show up to the Circle K at 2450 State Road 44 in New Smyrna Beach from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday and take a spin in the number 8 car simulator to enter for a chance to win this race day package for the ages. A race where legends have been made, legacies solidified, and where careers are defined. If you close your eyes right now, you can almost smell the fumes of 600 horsepower of pure muscle. But don't just imagine it, live it. With this incredible opportunity to take in all the sights and sounds with a chance to win $1,000 cash and a meet and greet with Kyle Busch himself. Make sure you're at the Circle K at the corner of Florida 44 and Glencoe Road from 10 to 1 this Saturday to register. We'll see you there. No purchase necessary. U.S. adult nicotine consumers 21 plus, ends 2/14/26, void in Massachusetts, Michigan, and where prohibited. See official rules for details. Sponsored by Zone Nicotine Pouches.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, February 13th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the Guthrie media circus to a Winter Olympics cheating scandal explodes, and another major company is sending out big mailbox money, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
Oh, what happened?
It's a last-minute message
from
indeed.
What? Who?
Hold on. Let me double check. Let me verify that this is real. TMZ gets emails these days, and you never know. It seems a little made up, if I'm honest with you. But this one here, no, this is legit. It's a last-minute message from that old man in the Super Bowl potato commercial. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
We did it! That's right, everybody. We made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulations. You made it to another Friday the 13th, everybody.
I didn't even notice that until just now.
How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Good.
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. We made it a long way. We really did. What a journey it's been through the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny and Guthrie mayhem. And, there's just a lot going on in the world right now. And we've made it to a Friday. Hopefully we can have some fun today. Surf along with your help, your dispatches, your messages in chat, all of that good stuff as we cruise along here into the weekend. I do want to start off, as we always do, by putting our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. Let's start off at a casino, everybody. Yeah.
Ching.
What better place to be on a Friday than a casino? A celebrity encounter in a casino. And I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, Sabrina, but this is what it's like to be really famous, I think. This is like...
I have not seen this, but...
the level of annoyance when you get really famous. And this is a woman who has been apparently all night at the casino bothering Chad Kroeger, the lead singer of Nickelback, okay? And the lady's like, hey, you're Nickelback. You're the Nickelback guy.
Oh, God. Is this from her phone point of view?
Yes,
or everyone
yes.
is now gathered to see this as show?
This is from her phone's point of view. There's not a ton of people around, but she's just been bothering old Chad Kroeger, the lead singer of Nickelback. Then here he goes. Let's listen in.
Chad.
What?
Can you sing for me one little time?
Would you shut the up?
Can you sing for me one?
Look, he's looking around. He's like, God, I'm
look at this photograph.
I'm trying to mourn my relationship with Avril Lavigne.
They split.
A long time ago.
Yeah, very long time ago.
He might still miss her. Who knows? And he's sitting there and he's like, God, I'm trying to exist in this world here. And this lady's like, Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
Little
Chad.
song. Just a little song.
I can't help but like the lady. I don't know why. There's just something in her voice that's like, she's a troll, but she's having a good time.
It doesn't seem, ill-willed.
No, I don't mean troll in like a heckler necessarily sense. I mean,
she's just having a good time. And so she's like, Chad Kroger from Nickelback.
Chad. What? Can you sing for me one little time?
Would you shut the up?
Can you sing for me one little time?
Yes, what?
Just rock stars. Can you give me a little verse?
I'm through standing in line, clubs never get in. It's like the bottom of the night. I'm never gonna win. Would you off?
You know what? Compromise was had.
It's like, oh, God, okay, is this going to stop you?
And you know what? It sounds just like them.
Guess what? She got what she was looking for.
Exactly. Now get out of here.
That, you know what that beats? Any autograph, any day of the week. I don't need your John Hancock on some Chad Kroger photograph.
Kirby Hancock.
I need you to sing photograph, all right? That's what I need here.
All right, leave. You got it.
I know he gave her like a half-assed little version of this.
How many times do you think Chad Kroger takes a photograph with somebody and the guy's like, look at the photograph?
Chad, come on.
Oh, I like it. I like it. There's a little interaction for you out in the public, and he sang a little bit of the song for her. So there we go. All right, we got a lot to get to on a Friday, as promised. Let me bring you back to bring you forward, as so often happens on this show. We all watched the Super Bowl commercials, and I think we've now arrived at what might be. I'm presenting to this to you, and then I'm going to present it to you with a question on another poll today that I really am interested in. But is this the biggest Super Bowl ad fumble of all time? That is the question that I have for you just to start before we get to the poll. Is this the biggest Super Bowl ad fumble of all time? Let me bring you back to Super Bowl Sunday and when one of the commercials aired for Ring cameras running in an ad. Ring.
A lot of buzz about this one. I never saw it.
You know, Ring really had a redemption arc. They really did. Ring, if you don't know, I hope I'm not screwing this up. Ring went on to Shark Tank and pitched all those Shark Tank peoples. Including Mr. Wonderful, Mark Cuban, and all the people, not Matt Damon, but Damon John, whatever that guy's name.
Yeah.
All of them, right? So it go up there and they pitch the Ring doorbell camera, and they're like, it's like a doorbell, but it's a camera.
Oh.
And it's like, you get it? It's like a doorbell, and you ring it, but you're ringing up the camera. And all the people on the Shark Tank
then
thing
it was
were
called Doorbot.
Was it?
Yes.
Doorbot?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't even know that part. So it was called Doorbot. Then they were like, it's not going to work, or you don't have a deal. You want too much money, et cetera, et cetera. And then afterwards, Ring just exploded and became a massive company. But this is the largest L that anybody has carried after the Super Bowl ads have run in a while. Here's the ad that started it.
This is Milo. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years.
All right, old-fashioned, tugging at your heartstrings. There's lost dogs in all the neighborhoods. Putting up flyers is a really stupid way to get your dog back.
Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI.
The video of this commercial, obviously, shows all the houses activating their cameras to help out for this missing dog. And it turns into this like giant like surveillance neighborhood where everybody's like, looking for dog, cameras activated, and they're all going at the same time. And some people were not as won over by this. Some people were like, this doesn't seem good.
Uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch,
Milo
Match Dog a Day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at Ring.
All right, so they're like,
without you.
they're like, Ring, this is a way to save dogs and have a doorbell with a camera. Did you get it? It's a doorbell with a camera. And they put this commercial out there, find your dog with Search Party. And then the reaction is not what they anticipated. Ring is thinking people are going to love this and they love animals, et cetera, et cetera. That's not the case. People were like, I don't know. This surveillance state thing is not good. I don't like that. And actually, there are some other things you should be aware of Amazon's Ring company. Not only they do this kind of stuff, but they have this partnership with this company named Flock. Flock Safety works with like the cops and other law enforcement, and they're all turning us into a giant surveillance state. And Amazon has responded by in the wake of the Super Bowl ad, canceling their partnership with this company.
What is Flock?
Flock is this company that it's a safety company that works with the law enforcement companies, and it allows them to like pool the cameras together to spy on everybody to try to solve crimes, right?
So Flock had bigger clients already set up, or this was their
This is
big
the biggest one, I would think, because Amazon Ring is so huge. But it uses AI to locate lost pets, but that goes further, solving crimes. You know, Nancy Guthrie, this thing we have going on right now, they're literally using the same kind of features because they want to find footage of the abductor. But people don't like the surveillance state stuff. And the pushback was so big that in the wake of their commercial, they have canceled that service.
They're not having a good week. They also got canceled or postponed for a contract that has to deal with
Flock.
Flock. They had a contract where they were working with some plate scanners, your license plates, and the leaders of Alameda County have like postponed that. They're like,
California.
They're getting a lot of pushback on this Flock thing.
I might be wrong, but I think Alameda County is San Francisco area. I think it's near the Bay Area. I'm not positive. But the person who commented on this that I saw first said, this has got to be one of the biggest self-owns in advertising history. You spend millions of dollars, probably, as we discussed on this show, about $16 million
at least
so, for a 30-second Super Bowl, a 30-second Super Bowl spot to tell everybody you're spying on them, immediately destroying your brand reputation and upending your business model. And so the Super Bowl ad backfired on them big time. And now Amazon's Ring has canceled their partnership with that company Flock, who is having a bad week, it looks like. But the poll that I have for you that I want, it's just general. It's a very general question I want to ask today. TheNewsJunkie.com/poll. Are more security cameras a good thing or a bad thing? I wanted to simplify this as much as I possibly could, because I know that the people in general, the audience in general, seems to be resistant to this kind of stuff. People want cameras. They want their own security, but they do not want to take part in this like meshing together of cameras. And they do not seem to like the surveillance state that is all of our security cameras together.
Right.
So my question is, are more security cameras a good thing or B, a bad thing? Let me know what you think over at thenewsjunkie.com/poll. I'm interested to see what the results of that will be. But this one was just, it looked like a complete self-own by the Ring company and did not go over well for them as we lean into the weekend here. They're probably going to have a couple extra drinks to get past that. All right, we want to see what you have on your mind, so let's see those dispatches rolling in today. Let's see the emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. As I said in the opening, we got some mailbox money on the horizon here.
I just got some mailbox money.
I got the Apple one.
Yeah, the Apple one. How much
What'd you guys get?
$40.10?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything from them.
Wow.
So, here was the thing, though. It was weird. It was not a direct deposit. You had to still, like, click a link and verify, and then it got sent to my Venmo.
But you still got a digital payment?
Yes.
From the people? Oh,
Go to your email that you signed up with. It might be in your spam folder.
Let me
Missing
analyze
out,
you.
$40.
You guys, look into the camera so I can see on the monitor here. Let's see. Are you guys going to get this mailbox money? C-Lane is a maybe. You may have used this company's services. Sabrina.
Pornhub?
I don't know if I've ever heard you talk about this company. I don't know. It's a big company, and most people listening have bought something from this company. It's a food company. All right? And most of you have bought something from this company, and they are paying out a lot of money for something that went wrong. So your mailbox money is on the way in the first hour of the show today. We'll see what you think about that. More security cameras. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let us know. I got more on that. Of course, that ties into the Nancy Guthrie case with Google and Nest. That's the camera that they had in that situation. And then some people are saying, hey, this is great and all that you recovered this footage from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell, but she wasn't a subscriber. So are you just storing all of these clips from my house too? What do you have? What don't you have? People's radars are really pinging on this front. So I want to see what people think about that. More security cameras, a good thing or a bad thing. All right, when we come back, we'll get into the media circus has erupted. What's going on here? You're going to find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Morning delays continue on I-4 eastbound today for those traveling by the major attractions exits. No slowdowns or delays to report right now. For those who need to take the turnpike north or southbound, traffic is also looking good up and down the Greenway and along the...
Welcome to the show.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil.
Go, Mike is on.
Fall in love with how easy car care can be. Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change today for a quick and easy oil change in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons.
All right, Gene, wake up. Cameraman, get ready.
New windows? Well, don't wait for hurricane season to start. Get out ahead of it and get your free quote today from Reese Windows and Doors. They've been installing windows for over 50 years all over the state of Florida.
All right.
And Reese Impact windows come with a lifetime guarantee. It transfers when you...
Welcome, everybody. Hey, welcome in. YouTubers, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you are, hit that like button if you don't mind. That helps out big, and I appreciate you doing it. Team Sean, have you arrived for a Friday? I hope so. Hey, Lori. Hey, Coast City is. Hey, everybody on YouTube and Twitch.
You pick up your phone. You text the word trust.
I can't believe the Keystone Cops have not found this chick by now. True. Starting to get ugly, and that's the side of this I want to talk about today for a bit. It's starting to get ugly. The feds are fighting with the local sheriff. The media is spiraling out of control. The coverage of this has gone kind of wild. All of it is spiraling into a circus. And in the center of it is a woman who, given another couple of days, is going to be pretty assuredly dead. Ain't that a bitch? They don't call him Keystone Cash for nothing. I don't know, can you blame the FBI? They're the ones who got that video footage. The feds were the ones working with Google to get the video footage, and that's been the biggest breakthrough in this whole case. They learned tons of stuff from that. Lame, they just killed mail-in voting? I don't think that's true. Who killed mail-in voting? Agent Mac says, correct, they officially said they recovered video from somewhere and made it sound like some big accomplishment. That's because they don't want to come out and say they're storing it all. The best case scenario, Agent Mac, is that they're going to say, hey, we accidentally were storing this. Right? Like, we didn't know and we accidentally were storing this. Or, because they said it was on a back end. Like Google said in the initial reports, this was recovered from a back end, meaning on Google's side, on Google servers, from a person who wasn't a subscriber, who didn't sign up for this. So the best case scenario that could be is like, we accidentally stored this. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they have it for this investigation. It just plays into the security fears with cameras everywhere for certain people. Sean, are you for more community cameras? I am for all things personal and individual. I'm for every single person securing their own property the exact way that they want to. I think I would recommend that includes cameras so that you can capture what's going on and keep a secure house with security and surveillance cameras. I don't like any sort of forced community security apparatus. I'm absolutely against that. I think that if the cops want to get your security footage, they should have to go door to door and ask each person, hey, did you capture this? I see you have security cameras. And the person should say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. And then the person should say whether or not they want to share that. The idea of communities just kind of forcing or by defaulting pushing people into the surveillance state, I reject fundamentally. I'm an individualist on every single front. If you've listened to this show for long enough or watched this show for long enough, you'll realize that eventually. I'm an individualist. I don't care about party politics. I don't care about any of that. I don't want to be forced into the surveillance state. But I do think you should have cameras. I do. I just shaved, by the way. Like, literally sat down 2 minutes before the stream started, 1 minute before the stream started. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. Hopefully I'm not too red. We're coming back. We are all watched all the time, probably our phones too. True. Absolutely true. All right, here we go.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Fairfield, Connecticut's Kristen Santos Griswold is the fearless leader of the U.S. short track team. After a heartbreak in Beijing, she stormed back to become the #1 ranked skater in the world, collecting World Cup medals with aggressive passing and smart strategy. In a sport where chaos is guaranteed, Santos Griswold brings consistency and elite speed. She arrives in Italy seeking redemption and the Olympic hardware she's worked a lifetime to earn. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
Three songs over and over and over. Hang out with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day here on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Spooky weekend. A spooky weekend is upon us. We had 2 Friday the 13th in a row, which is weird, right? We have 2 of them. We have a Friday the 13th in February and a Friday the 13th in March, which I guess doesn't happen that often. And if you are somebody who's
perfect month.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we have 2 Friday the 13th in a row, and that doesn't happen very often, although you could find stuff like this all the time if you're searching for it. But before we get into a lot that's going on, updates in the circus that's become this Nancy Guthrie abduction case and all the things that surround it, I wanted to talk about something a little bit spooky on this spooky weekend, and that is Courtney goes, "Oh, hey, there's a new docu-series that just dropped on Hulu." And I said, "Oh, okay, good. What is it?" And she goes, "I don't know much about it. I just know this one just dropped." And I go, these things are usually not as good for me as they are for many people.
Why?
Doing this show, I'm not saying this is some stupid, weird brag, but I know almost all the news stories that anybody would talk about and make a documentary about. It is the one thing that my mind holds on to like a lockbox is useless details from all of these news stories that have gone viral over the last 30 years or something.
Hot flex.
I know it's not a flex. I know it's not cool. But when I think about these things, I go, well, I probably know the story, but it'll still be interesting to watch the documentary or the docu-series in this case. And Courtney goes, yeah, here it is right here. It's about something that happened in this town called Pocatello, Idaho.
Oh, my God. I watched.
Oh, did you watch the whole thing?
Yes.
Don't spoil anything for me,
you
Sabrina.
haven't watched it yet?
I didn't see the last one. I only saw the first 2.
I was just about to text you guys when I was done watching it with Nicole. Because I don't remember the story either.
Yeah, how do we miss this story?
I don't know. Even Nicole was like, I remember them talking about it, but
really? I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Okay, C-Lane,
disturbing.
Did you ever hear about the Scream murders?
Was the person wearing a Scream mask from
not exactly, but they were wearing a mask.
Inspired by.
And they were inspired by the movie Scream. And I was like, I never remember hearing about this or talking about this on a viral news show where we cover all of these things. And the story, Courtney goes, we just got to watch this. So she clicks it. It's called The Scream Murder, a true teen horror story.
It's wild.
And it just started on February 11th, okay? So this week. And it's on Hulu, so if you got that, you got it already. And the story, I'm going to only give you the basic details of this. And then I don't even know the full ending because I didn't watch the last one that Sabrina's already watched. But the Scream Murder, a true teen horror story, it's about this young girl, 16 years old, who goes to pet sit for somebody at their house. And so she's like staying at this house, this 16-year-old, and she's like a very nice, respected girl who doesn't get into a lot of trouble. Everybody seems to like her. And her friends figure out that she's going to be sort of pet sitting and house sitting at this house. And 3 friends visit. One of them is her boyfriend. And the other one is 2 friends. And they all leaving just her there. And there was something that happened after that, and she was found brutally murdered.
30?
Was it 30-something times?
Mm-hmm.
Stabbed brutally 30-something times all over her body, and the cops had no clue who the hell did this. And everybody was suspecting her boyfriend, but then they start to get to questioning, and not only do they find out who allegedly was responsible for this, but the story takes so many turns and twists and
disturbing.
Yeah, and all I will say is they recover a videotape, and it's unbelievable. I was like, how do we not hear about this? This is really, really a wild, gripping ride. If you're into that kind of thing this weekend, a long weekend for some of you. The Scream Murder, a true teen horror story. Is the third one as good as the first 2 episodes? So
the third one is more interesting because you find yourself in present day. Now, mind you, when these murders happen, I'm the same age as them.
Mm-hmm.
I was 16 in 2006. That was the same age as this girl and these kids involved.
Yeah.
And I am very curious as to what your take will be after watching the 3rd episode.
Okay.
Because the discussion comes into play of juveniles getting adult sentencing for
because
crimes.
they were very young, right?
They were
all
16,
involved.
yeah.
16 years old, all the people involved in this.
And then the back and forth between, are they the same person that they were at 16? Should they ever have a chance to see the light of day again?
Right. And can people change? Are people just naturally evil? Should they be released? There's a lot of big ass questions. I'm excited to watch the rest of it tonight.
Can we discuss it next week, though? Like we give everyone the weekend to watch, and then spoiler alert for next week, because there's so much to unpack.
I think it's going to get a big following over time, but it's called The Scream Murder, a true teen horror story on Hulu, a 3-part series. And these guys were trying to basically live out the Scream movies. And I don't know how I never heard about this, but one thing about it that, before I move on here, one thing about it that I really thought was so captivating was they started to record because one of the kids had a camera all the time. They started to record when they were in high school. So a lot of the footage is them walking through the halls of their high school and all of them at the lockers and them in the bathrooms and conversations with just kind of candid conversations from years ago in a high school. And it was really interesting to see that captured in the video. But anyhow, go watch that and report back, everybody, on Tuesday of next week.
Yeah, prepare yourselves. I don't know if you can eat popcorn during this.
That's a freaky one. For our Friday the 13th weekend, that's a weird one. All right, let's get you into a couple of things. One, the Nancy Guthrie situation is just absolutely fundamentally a media sideshow circus at this point. I wonder if they're ever going to actually find this poor woman for her family. But watching some of the photographs of what's happening across the street from her house, which so strangely is frozen in time, yet still getting Amazon deliveries and pizzas delivered to the doorstep. And all these media reporters. I mean, there's so many people out there.
I get the pizzas because the actual media is ordering the pizzas.
Yes.
Who would be ordering Amazon deliveries unless she has a subscription?
Yeah, auto ship.
I don't know. Yeah, it might have been like an auto ship thing, might be some sort of subscription. But you can see in some of the photos here, I'll put this up on See It Now in a bit, the amount of media, the gaggle of media that is outside her house with all of their lights, and they've got like shades blocking their shot and filters and umbrellas and cameras and microphones, and they have impromptu setups next to cactuses across the street from Nancy Guthrie's house. It's a circus. It's a circus with the feds now battling against the local yokel sheriff, this guy who's goofy as hell and seems to be a disaster. The whole thing is just turning into a sideshow. And it's just unbelievable to imagine the family at the center of it. You know, Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, who's just missing her mother after 2 weeks of an 84-year-old woman who left her house bleeding in the custody of an abductor that they still haven't found without the medication required to keep her alive. And this circus is playing out in front of all of our eyes. So it's been something to watch all this unfold. And now we have to ask ourselves the biggest question of all: is this woman even alive anymore? Is she even alive out there? After 2 weeks, she wasn't incredibly healthy. She requires a whole bunch of medications. No progress seems to have been made on getting her released.
I don't know if they've been specific about the medication she takes, but they mention her heart. And for somebody who takes blood pressure medication, right, they tell you not to miss it, not to miss it a lot. It's something that, I've known people who have been like, I feel fine, and have stopped taking their blood pressure medication and had bad things happen, right? And I could only think of, if that was what she was taking and she's been missing it this long, add on to the fact that she's been kidnapped and she's being held at, that seems like a very stressful, raise your blood pressure kind of situation. One is definitely not helping the other.
Yeah, I feel so much for the family, but I'm starting to wonder myself at this point. I know people have been questioning this for maybe a week or more now, saying, I don't know if this lady's alive anymore.
I guess we could just really hope that they may have overplayed her need for medication to create some sort of urgency,
but we haven't
to try and get her back.
Heard anything from kidnappers, right?
Nothing.
We don't know if we've heard anything from the kidnappers. These ransom notes they're sending in TMZ
fake, right?
Could be completely unrelated.
Let's go into that for a hot second here, because the TMZ stuff is totally part of this media circus. I don't even believe that Harvey Levin of TMZ thinks there's anything to the new notes that he's getting from this guy who made a demand of 1 Bitcoin. And then he'll tell the family who the abductor is. And they said, well, hey, there's a reward. Just go to the cops. There's a reward for this. And it's like, nope. And we're like, oh, we got another message from this person. Yeah, it's probably just a crazy person online. Jesus, that's gross to kind of glom onto this.
Well, you have the funds. I'm sure they pay around that for a hot tip. So
you know what?
Do it. See,
that's actually very, very true. If this guy wants 1 Bitcoin and TMZ is so convinced that he might have something to do with it, TMZ could pay the Bitcoin.
Put your money where your
mouth
is.
Yeah, they 100% could do this. And they're the ones who know who the person is and what the Bitcoin address is and all of that stuff. But clearly, and we'll get into this in a bit here, clearly, this is TMZ trying to continually insert themselves into the story when I believe they don't even think there's anything to these latest notes that are coming in. I'll give you a bit more of that on the way, and the latest from the feds on Nancy Guthrie as the show rolls on. Plus, we'll get into you. Respond at any time on the show. You're a part of this, too. Record your video or audio dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You could also email the show. Quick pause for weekends. Email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see what we have here. Tina emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I really want to thank the people that gifted secret shows, says Tina. Well, look at that, folks. To you gifters out there, keep that rolling. Hit the gift icon on thenewsjunkie.com. I wish I would have wrote down the person who I got mine from. It was so cool to listen this past weekend. Usually by Saturday morning, I'm all caught up on anything I might have missed. Hearing you guys just be yourselves, cursing all around and getting drunk was a fun time. I laughed so much. Also want to thank you for doing these shows. You're the best. Well, Tina, that's what the show is for. Glad you're finding it to be a suitable distraction. Jonathan emails the show. Jonathan says subject line nut broth, which is about the milk discussion yesterday, which is finalized. We've decided, the audience has decided that the nut milk and the non-dairy milk options aren't actually milk and shouldn't be called that, according to the poll.
Man, so for some reason, though, I'm with Sabrina. Nut broth sounds a lot worse than nut juice.
That's gross. It's not. I'm not saying that's good branding because it's not. Good day, junkies. I wanted to touch on the topic yesterday regarding the nomenclature of nut milk versus cow milk. Sean, your outrage is justified because almond milk is not liquid that's secreted from an almond. You put almonds in water in a blender to make a slurry.
Yep.
You let it sit overnight, and then you strain out the solids. If a hot dog is a sandwich, then I submit that almond milk and other water nut concoctions should be changed to nut broths. Otherwise, I'm going to make some chicken milk to sell. Love you guys. Have a great weekend, says John. And finally, on the Pima County Sheriff, that's the sheriff in the Guthrie case, call me Mimi from DeLand. Okay, Mimi from DeLand, to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. In reference to the Pima County Sheriff, that's what you get when you vote for a kinder, gentler sheriff. This guy is an idiot, they say. They need Grady Judd, I believe is what they're talking about, or Chitwood, Mike Chitwood, some no-nonsense sheriffs, not this Pima guy with zero riz, no confidence.
I do wonder if other sheriffs are watching this footage and going, oh, amateur.
Yeah, what's happening, Mr. Magoo? What are you doing up there? We want to hear from more of you, so keep that feedback coming in, and we'll give you more updates on the catastrophe unfolding in this Nancy Guthrie case. Plus, I want to get back to the surveillance stuff. In fact, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Music Weekends, a classic alternative.
Weekend, the U.S. is seeking its first men's.
Hello. This is the ground, Gene. That's the ground. Gene, that's the ground in the studio. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that's it. That's it. Didn't want to do this. Didn't want to do this. Chat, you decide. Our cameraman Gene just screwed up again. Gene fired? Fired yes or fired no? Is it time to fire his ass? That is a big mistake, pal. You are hired to follow me with the camera. Like that, yes. Thank you. Fire yes or fire no? Kill him? No? Mean Gene has got to go? He's just a boy, leave him alone? Deaf? No, give him a chance? Fire you? You can't fire me. I'm the one who does the firing. No firing Friday, public humiliation instead? Possibly. Possibly. It does seem like a shame to fire somebody on a Friday. Fired immediately? He's fired. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's a Friday. I can't take this kind of behavior. This is a professional show, and that is absolutely embarrassing. Gene is fired. And with that, I would like to announce our new cameraman. Ladies and gentlemen, he comes highly recommended. This man is a household name and one of the biggest box office stars of all time. It's unbelievable that he sees such promise in the News Junkie stream, which will be back in just a couple of minutes, by the way, with those Nancy Guthrie bombshell updates. Not only does this person show real promise in their skills, but they believe in the stream. Introducing our new cameraman, Samuel L. Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a real pro on the scene. There he is. He's on his perch. He's ready to go. That's a big name, you got to admit it. Samuel Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson, our new cameraman on the show. You were here when it happened, folks. And it's Jurassic Park, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's mother effing snakes on this mother effing camera. There is now. Samuel L. Jackson, our new cameraman. Gene, piss off. Creedy, stay over here. All of you. A couple of mistakes away from failure and firing. Just remember that. All right, we're coming back in just a minute or two. Make sure you take part in the poll. I want to see if we can get some eyes on that. TheNewsJunkie.com/poll. More security cameras, if you had to make it just the simplest thing. More security cameras, a good thing or a bad thing, chat? More security cameras. Tell me in chat, a good thing or a bad thing? I'm sick of this hacker shit. Hey. It's beyond your control now. Spoiler alert, he dies at the end of the show. You don't know what happens over here. New guy, hope he lasts longer. Bad thing? All right, more security cameras, a good thing or a bad thing? Cosidius says a bad thing. I think more security cameras for yourself personally is a good thing, but community-wise, if it's stuff that you have no control over, it could absolutely be a bad thing. Boy, it's tough to really choose between that yes or no, which is why I liked it as a poll question. I'm going to say more security cameras is a bad thing as long as you're not being forced to participate. But you're always kind of forced to participate, right? Not more cameras, better policing. If Sean goes missing, we know the most likely suspects are Gene and Creamy. True. All right, we're coming back right now. The hacker line was from Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts. We're coming back. Good job so far, Samuel L. Jackson. Here we go. Survive.
Source.com today and make your pool the place to be.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
So good to have you on board. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of people concerned, and I don't blame them, for the growing security problems in this country and the constant surveillance that happens absolutely everywhere we go now. And we are seeing this reflected in a lot of the stories that are getting attention this week. I told the story about the Super Bowl commercial from the Ring Company, where they were bragging about how you could help save dogs, find lost dogs, and all the cameras mesh together, and then we find Fido, and everybody's happy again. And then, hey, people reacted to that, not in the heartwarming way that they thought people would after the Super Bowl commercial they paid $16 million for.
They had to know that there was going to be a little bit of backlash. I mean, don't they know?
I don't think they anticipated this. They have people now who want to leave the Ring Company because they were partnered up with this surveillance organization called Flock, and they said, forget it. You know, this backfired on us. The biggest Super Bowl ad fumble in history. We're going to cancel our deal with them, and we're not going to do this anymore. And people were asking me, and they're like, Sean, what do you think about this? Because I put the poll up at thenewsjunkie.com/poll saying more security cameras. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? And I asked it that way on purpose because for me, I don't care about team red, team blue. I don't care about left versus right. I am an individualist, okay? Unapologetically individualist. I believe you should care about yourself and your family the most, and then spread it out from there, the people around you, your neighborhood, your community, and then beyond that. I do not have more empathy for my community than my family, all right? And I find it to be something that I'll never make sense of the people who do. This is a phenomenon that is just strange to me. But as far as the security stuff, I think personally, from an individualist perspective, you, for yourself and your family, should have security cameras and make sure that your home is secured and that your property is secured, and that if something happens, you can refer to your video footage to see who the culprit was, right? Go after the bad guy and such. But I hate the idea that we're falling into this surveillance trap of like, well, now that all of you have these cameras, you got these Ring doorbell cameras. Sabrina and Celine have Ring doorbell cameras. Mm-hmm. You got Nest cameras. I got one of those like Nancy Guthrie. And they say they're all over the place. All we need to do is let the cops have access to all of these. Let the neighborhood work together, and all your cameras can create this surveillance net. And people are rejecting that. Yeah. They do not like it.
My consent. And before this whole Flock thing, I can assure you, according to the Neighbors app and Nextdoor, the neighborhood has already been working together when it comes to lost pets. Now, if some horrible crime happens and they ask for that information, I have no problem going through my footage and offering that up. But for them to just take it, and that is invasion of privacy. I mean, is that not against an amendment of search and seizure?
It could be. It could be a Fourth Amendment issue. And that's where people probably take the most issue with it. I think we actually agree on this, believe it or not, because I think that if the cops want to utilize everybody, mine, Sabrina, Celine's, yours, security camera footage, they should have to go house to house because they've done the work and they've said these cameras are the ones that probably captured what we need. They should have to request personally from that homeowner, will you be willing to offer up your footage? And then if that homeowner wants to participate, they can, or if they do not want to, they can refuse. That's the way that I think this makes the most sense and keeps us away from this like giant big brother security safety net. That I hate. I don't like that at all. But that's not kind of where we're heading here. We're heading with like everybody's camera together. Together, the community of our cameras can keep us all more safe.
Cool, then pay for my camera.
Yeah, I mean,
pay for my subscription.
I don't know about that at all. That, to me, is not a good trade-off. But go answer the question. More security cameras, is it a good thing or a bad thing at thenewsjunkie.com/poll?
I just have a QR code at the front of my house that the cops can scan and just instant access.
Really? It's just wide open.
Yeah, look at my cameras.
I think they should have to go do the legwork, do the police work, and request everybody's footage one at a time. I think that is the only way we can keep ourselves secure from an individualist perspective, keep yourself and your family secure. And then if you want to offer up something to those people around you, you should not be required. You should not be opted in. You should not be defaulted into this. It's already the case that we constantly, every single day, no matter where we go, when we drive, there's traffic cameras catching us. ATMs have cameras. There are cameras on every single block, basically. You're captured everywhere, and there's no way to opt out of it. Now, I want people to be secure, but I don't want them to force us to be part of this security net. That's the problem. All right, we want to see what you think. Join us with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. And I've still not gotten, I guess I did get an in-person request from the cops. The cops came to my house, and we know you, Sean. We know what's going on here. And they said, hey, we had a crime that occurred over here, and we want to know if your cameras captured it, and can we have the footage? And I looked over, and I said, my camera doesn't shoot in that area. I think it kind of did, but it was like a neighbor thing. You know what I mean? Like one neighbor was fighting with another neighbor, and I didn't want to get in between.
You
the
don't
neighbor.
want to be a rat.
No, I like you guys fight it out. You know what I mean? You guys probably got your own cameras. I don't want to be the neighbor like showing the footage of the neighbors taking each other's stuff, and then I get involved in it, and then somebody hates me for no reason.
Oh, I am automatically, because I don't remember saying that I want to be in this search party thing, but I think I'm opted in automatically.
What?
You are? See, This is what I'm talking about.
Search for lost pets enabled, natural hazards or fire watch enabled.
Disabling right now.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you for that. I don't like this stuff. And I'll give you a couple examples of why. There's a lot of reporting about this week. Here's two of them.
Wow, racial profiling enabled, too. That's weird.
Turn that off. One is this from the Federalist. It says, the doorbell camera surveillance state is not just about finding Fido and Grandma. And this has been getting a lot of attention online. They said nobody knows what happened to 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie when she disappeared a couple of weeks ago. No one, that is, except for her front door camera. Guthrie allegedly did not pay the $10 per month Google Home premium fee required for her door-mounted Nest recording device to capture her movement, detect packages, and recognize faces. Even if Guthrie had shelled out for a subscription to access the footage, her Nest disconnected at 2 a.m. on the night she disappeared. Yet 10 days into her absence, the FBI announced the recovery of footage and images of a masked and armed person of interest on her front porch. Videos showed the suspect snooping around before tampering with the Nest camera. And they said they retrieved it from, quote, data located in back-end systems.
Residual data.
Yeah, what does that even mean? They're not even a subscriber, and you're still keeping the footage, and then, whoops, we have it over here still. Then they talk about that ring spot that I mentioned. The 30-second spot was designed to pull the heartstrings of pet owners and good neighbors whose ring cameras could play a role in finding Fido when he goes missing. However, people didn't react to it that way. Millions of Americans rejected this. We don't want a surveillance state, a lot of us. Here's another one. Google's breakthrough from Fortune magazine in the Nancy Guthrie case is raising uncomfortable questions about how much it's watching you, how much all these cameras are watching you. And then more so, beyond just how much the cameras are watching you, what are they storing that they're not telling us about, like Google? And what programs are we part of that we didn't ask to be part of? I want to secure myself, my family, my house. I want to secure that. You want anything else? Come ask me for it. The rest of it is craziness to me. It is craziness.
I mean, I think all you guys that are screaming at clouds about this, who has my stuff? Why can they get to my camera if I'm not a subscriber? Like, if you're that upset about it, it's time to pony up some money and get a local system. Yeah. Pony up the money. Get is it more? Get a couple nice big hard drives. I mean,
it's just a lot of maintenance, I feel.
It's not as plug and play. I mean, the ones that everybody is getting are so easy.
But
that's the thing.
They got the Guthrie footage. The way they're describing it, I believe that they did like a classic undelete. They found files that were marked for deletion because she did not pay for the subscription, and they were able to recover them. I think that just shows that if you don't pay for the subscription, your footage still gets sent to the server, and then they go, this person's not a subscriber, delete.
Yeah, but they had it for almost 2 weeks on those servers.
Yeah.
They were capturing footage for a long time after this woman was canceled.
That's what the camera does. It captures footage.
But it's not supposed to store it when you're not asking for it to be stored.
Of course, and this came to a crime and something that needed to be addressed. I mean, immediately. It's hard to use after 2 weeks of getting that footage, but would Nest be willing to give something like that if it wasn't such a high-profile case?
I don't know. I don't know if they would have said this to just Joe Schmo saying, oh, I'm interested to see if there's some additional footage on my account. This is like the FBI. And they go, I don't care, dig deep. And they go, oh, looks like we found something here. Because everybody is recording you everywhere. And your phone, they'll lie to you about that and tell you your phone's not recording you. They'll lie to you and say, the stuff that you're searching, don't worry. Shh, you're incognito there. Everyone is watching you everywhere. And I believe your default as an American citizen should be not to be opted into any of these programs. Not opted in by default. You should try to win over people and see if they want to take part in this.
They tried with that Super Bowl spot.
Good luck. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work in these cases sometimes. So, yeah, I want to see what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/poll and let us know if you think more security cameras are a good thing or a bad thing, generally speaking. So we'll check in on that as we roll along on the show today. You can also dispatch us, record your messages at thenewsjunkie.com. Here is, I'm going to call you MLW, all right? Just because of your username. MLW has a dispatch for us about these security cameras.
Username.
No.
You're talking about the Ring Neighbors app. I had a suspicious woman show up at my mom's house on her Ring camera, and I posted it on there. This woman, really suspicious looking. And they wouldn't do it because, you don't know if somebody's suspicious or whatever, blah, 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 blah. A month later, she's on the news for attempted murder of her brother, 3 houses down from my mom. So,
jeez.
Yeah. Screw you, Ring.
That's more, is that Ring doing that or the community doing that?
So wait, they wouldn't let him post the...
He posted photos, he's saying, of somebody suspicious in the neighborhood, and the app took it down, saying, you can't be just profiling these people. And he said... a month later or whatever, the person was on the news for attempted murder of her brother 3 houses down from his mom. I see a lot of that happening where people will post photos and the community will attack them. And they'll be like, what is this person doing wrong? And sometimes they're right, honestly. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, is that a kid riding a bicycle in your neighborhood? Unbelievable. I do see that from time to time. But he's saying they take down his stuff when he's posting it on the
I
app.
see a lot of, there's 5 cop cars at my neighbor's house. What's going on?
What's happening
Anyone
here?
hear that loud boom?
Yeah.
You know what that boom is?
I like the idea that, hey, that this thing happened. Somebody on this app must know about this. Like, not everything that goes down, people are going to understand. Why are there cops at this place, at the corner of so-and-so and so-and-so? Not always going to come through that way. We want everything answered very quickly, and a lot of you have big thoughts on this. Last one for now. Mike to tips@thenewsjunkie.com says, as long as you're connected to cloud for video storage, it's almost impossible to guarantee total privacy. The only way I could see keeping your info private is with a closed system, like a commercial system.
Yeah.
Keeping a hard drive dedicated to video storage is an added expense, as well as a hardwired camera to the drive. But that's the only way I know to keep it totally private, says Mike. Thank you for the email. You can join in on the discussion as well. I'd encourage you to. If you want to send an email, you could be anonymous if you'd like. Put that up on top, or just put your name, tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com, or record a message just like you heard with MLW earlier. You can do that over on the website, which, as you might have guessed, is located for video and audio dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break real quick. When we come back, more of the media circus playing out right now. It's getting embarrassing, honestly, in the Nancy Guthrie situation. We got the next episode coming up. We got This Week in Florida coming up. Friday rolls on, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie. Hello.
There's an event in Daytona.
Welcome in, the new cameraman, Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson, new cameraman on the case.
Traffic stacked up on I-4 between Dr. Phillips and through that celebration area. There's slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound past US 192. No major accidents really affecting your ride though this afternoon, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center of James Birmingham.
All right, come.
Sponsored by Mattress Firms. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firms President's Day sale.
Hey, everybody, welcome in.
Mattress today. Their sleep experts
Welcome in.
highly trained to find the right one.
Good to see ya.
Unique needs.
Hope you're okay. Samuel L. Jackson looking sharp, doing a great job so far.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
You're dumb on YouTube says maybe just don't own a camera. Buy a dog, but beware you will never go to the bathroom without eyes on you. Dog part is true. The dog part is true. Lady, our dog, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, we lay down in bed last night. It's about 12:45, 1 in the morning. Lay down to go to bed, turn on the TV, kick on some King of the Hill or something. And Lady has never done this before, but she discovered in the French doors in our bedroom, she could see the reflection of the TV. So she just starts randomly staring at the French doors and seeing the TV that she'd never seen before. No barking, no nothing. Just weirdo dog just going like that. Very, very awkward. If they're not looking at you, they're looking at something weird. Or they're looking at you having sex. Dogs, am I right? All right, YouTubers, let's hit that like button, if you don't mind. French doors, more like freedom doors. True. Freedom doors. Freedom doors. That freedom fries shit was cringe, man. Remember that? Remember that? Jillian on YouTube says, talking about opt-out, I'm going through 15,000 emails and unsubscribing to everything I didn't sign up for and then mass deleting. A lot of people do that. Little upkeep thing every once in a while. Smart. All right, we're back in 3 minutes. Back live on the show. Thanks for joining in on the fun today. Hank Hill is floating in another dimension? Yeah. She was just mesmerized. Lady the dog? What do you guys think about TMZ and their involvement in this Nancy Guthrie case? You think it's gross? You think TMZ? Because I think it's gross. I believe Harvey Levin and TMZ fully know this person that is messaging them has nothing to do with Nancy Guthrie's case and abduction, has no valuable info at all. But they want to keep posting like, we've got another video. Another note has been sent into TMZ. You think TMZ has been gross in their coverage of this case, especially this last part? Yes or no? Let me know what you feel, chat. Let me know what you think. I love when my hound licks my feet during doggy style. No. I detest TMZ. I only learned last week what it stood for. 30 Mile Zone. TMZ lives for the gross. I feel like they tried too hard at TMZ. True. If I never see TMZ or Nancy Grace talking again, it would be fine. True. They're still a business. Yeah. Of course, they're attention whores, says Diana. I mean, it just seems gross, in particular, to publicize getting letters from someone that you know damn well had nothing to do with this. And Sabrina was right to say TMZ is a multi-million dollar organization. They could very easily pay one Bitcoin and they could say, hey, everybody, we paid the Bitcoin to this person. They have revealed who Nancy Guthrie's abductor is, and here's who it is. Give the information to the police. But they won't do that because TMZ doesn't actually believe it. They just want to post the story and get the clicks. That is gross. And that is gross. TMZ is usually right, though. About dead people, they are. Indeed. Here we go.
Register. We'll see you there. No purchase necessary. U.S. adult nicotine consumers 21 plus ends 2/14/26. Void in Massachusetts, Michigan, and where prohibited. See official rules for details. Sponsored by Zone Nicotine Pouches.
Lose weight on a GLP and start for free at redmountainweightloss.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Gold. G-O-L-D. Gold. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Look at you. You look great today. Hey, this is going to be better. Trust me, better than the same 3 songs over and over and over. Join in, friend, and learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. They finally did it. Somebody did something about the most annoying thing in your car. And I'm talking to a lot of you right now, probably you. The most annoying thing.
Yeah, my mom's watching him.
And a lot of new cars is not Jackson. It is something very, very different. And the EPA finally just did something about it. And if you don't know what the EPA is, it's the Environmental Protection Agency. They finally did something about what people are saying is the most hated thing in almost all of the new cars that are out there. Now, I have this in Courtney's car, she has this. And I don't think I have this in mind, but a lot of newer cars, hers is much newer than mine.
If it's EPA, I'm thinking it has to be with the environment, has to do with the environment?
Yes, it is. There's a lot of cars, you guys are going to know who have this immediately, what I'm talking about. There's a lot of cars now who have this button that's on by default in your car. Courtney's Mercedes has this. And if you don't turn off the button every single time you start your car, then when your car goes to a stoplight, the engine will shut off. It is the most annoying thing. You start the car, you have to look down, there's a little button right to the side of you. You press the button to unengage the system that turns off your motor to save gas and energy when you're at a stoplight.
Oh, I hear those cars all the time when I'm at the stoplight.
Yeah, where it just goes, vroom, and all of a sudden it's dead quiet. And then right when they hit the gas, the car starts up again and lurches off. It's so annoying. It's the absolute worst. And in so many cases, you cannot turn it off.
I think Ashley's car does that. I think.
A lot of cars that are built within like the last 5 or 6 years do it because they were required to in some cases. Now, not forced to, but required to. So that they could say that their cars were consuming less fuel, C-Lane. So, for instance, you have a car, you put it out there in the marketplace, and the federal government through the EPA says, we need all cars to get this much miles per gallon so that they're more efficient and they're not polluting too much or whatever. And the car manufacturers are like, we can't get that kind of mileage out of the car. But if you put this button on your car that shuts off your engine when you're at a stoplight, which is so annoying, it'll allow your car to save just enough gas that your mileage gets high enough that the EPA is to the point where, the car manufacturers win. And it makes the car look like it's better for the environment, looks like it saves more money on gas. But everybody hates this thing. Everybody hates it.
Is it that much better? Has it been actually proven?
It makes it so
like turning on your car also wasted gas. Like you might as well just leave it.
There's science to it. It says that they find that there's a fuel consumption improvement between 7 and 26%. You save about a quarter of your gas and energy. And if they wanted to be EPA certified, if they wanted to meet all the specifications that the Environmental Protection Agency had, you had to put this stupid feature on your car. And so many people have these vehicles with this, and it's on by default, and you have to turn it off every time. Finally, they have rolled that back. Now, I don't know what that start-stop feature rollback means for all of us who already have cars that do this, but for new cars, they won't be required to do this. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Lee Zeldin said an endangerment finding under previous administrations has been the source of 16 years of consumer choice restrictions and trillions of dollars in hidden costs for Americans. People hated the forced auto start stop feature onto Americans that was pushed onto American consumers, which unnecessarily shuts off a car's engine when you stop at a red light. In other words, the engine goes off. Hate that. And a lot of you will be like, oh my God, I know what you're talking about. It's the worst invention in cars since everything. Since everything.
I don't know. I think I'd be more pissed at the stuff that's in the car that they make you pay to use.
Yeah. That's a good
that
one.
bothers me a lot more than an engine shutting off.
That is annoying. I agree. Look, trust me, people who have a car that does this every day, Vicky says, really dislike this. A lot of people who deal with this every day are like, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What if the car company charged you to use that feature to turn it off?
I would probably yell a bit. I would probably lose my mind a little bit.
They will take it out, but you have to get an automatic seatbelt like back from the 80s.
I don't want that either. I mean, it's already an automatic seatbelt because it's going to beep at me until I put it on. And now I'm just a good little boy. I put my damn seatbelt on. All right. We're going on a journey. Here we go. I'm safe right now.
I don't like having my seatbelt off.
Yeah, now it's weird. Yeah,
I feel uncomfortable.
Now you're kind of used to it, I think. But the thing is, they didn't ask for people to do this. They forced it on you. So every time you start your car, it just happens automatically. It's annoying. And here's the thing. All of this crap that the government forces down for environmental reasons and in air quotes, it doesn't need to happen. People will make these changes on their own. Give them a better opportunity. Electric vehicles were nothing. They were nothing. Everybody hated them. They were an embarrassment. Nobody wanted one. Now you cannot go one commute in any direction without seeing a dozen or more of them.
You can't go to a dealership without them, having a big poster about their new insert Model E.
Yeah, the electric version. And people get one over. I think some of them are pretty cool, actually. Some of them are very, very fast, honestly. But what I don't like is when you say, hey, we've got to save the environment or whatever. And to do that, we must put the most annoying feature ever that consumers hate universally in all of their cars. Man, it's crazy. But that is absolutely a thing that is, it bothers a lot of people. So hit me up if you had that experience over at tipsathenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch like this one. Here's Concrete Mike talking about this.
Happy weekend, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
That auto start and stop on cars is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen them do to a vehicle.
True.
It is not only bad for your starter, it is bad for the flywheel on the transmission.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, and that would cost thousands of dollars when that wears out prematurely from your car starting and stopping.
I had
100 times a day.
Nickel for every flywheel.
No. When your flywheel on your transmission gets out of whack, ain't no good. That's how I say it all the time. Thank you, Concrete Mike. You have to be right. You literally have to be right. I don't know anything about this part of it. I'm not a mechanic. But if there's a starter on your vehicle, yes, there is. Okay. Everybody's vehicle pretty much has a starter on it.
Do the electric cars have starters?
I don't think the electric cars do because it's just like a battery.
I think they just boot up.
Everybody with a gas-powered vehicle, everybody with this feature, I'll even say, with the auto start-stop feature on all these cars, it's annoying. Everybody has a starter on your vehicle. And if you use your starter, I mean, obviously each use is going to bring it closer to its end-of-life status. If you are starting your car one time per day, driving it to work, driving back after starting it again, being 2 full starts per day on your vehicle, that quite obviously is going to do less damage to the condition of that starter than if it's happening hundreds of times at every single stoplight. I haven't looked into the research, but I think you're probably right, Concrete Mike. I think you're probably right about that. Here is, let's see, Insecure Walrus is joining us.
Hey, guys. So I don't even own a Ring or a Nest or anything like that, but I have looked into a little bit how Google was able to get some of that data back, and I'm not totally sure they even got it from servers. From my understanding, and having dealt with some other recording devices in this industry, those recorders are just always caching information, kind of like a dash cam recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And if an event happens, it then kind of like timestamps it, marks it, and puts it up for upload to the cloud. If it is have a service like that. If it doesn't have a service like that, it will eventually delete that info.
All right, I would agree with you if all the stories that I've seen literally didn't say Google found it in their back end, right? Did they not say that? Like, it was like Google found this in temporary files in their back end, meaning it wasn't on the camera. Unless all of that reporting, which is quite a bit of reporting, but it doesn't mean it can't be wrong. Unless all that reporting is wrong in Secure Walrus. They at least made the claim that it was coming from their back end side of things.
If you compare it really to the current topic of discussion, you're starting and stopping your engine over and over again, and your flywheel and all that fancy stuff. You just made the observation that the more you stop and start an engine, the more it's going to wear and tear on that engine until you have to repair something.
Yeah.
Right? So when you delete files, if you were to actually write over them so they were literally no longer there, that's more wear and tear on the drive. That's why the process of deleting stuff doesn't actually wipe over it.
Usually no in the digital world, but in this case, I think with storage, yes. I think storage has a limited time of being able to write over and over and over again, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's
the
why
ones and zeros eventually, like if you have a hard drive for 8 million years and you keep writing over it, at some point it like degrades.
Correct. So, and they say that with like, if you buy an SD card, sometimes they'll show you like a rating that says this has like so many million writes in its lifetime guaranteed. But to actually wipe a file is a write. You have to write over all that. You have to like write, scribble over everything. And that's more wear and tear on the drive, which is why instead they just mark those sectors as able to be written over so that the next time more footage gets sent in, they just write over it.
Right. Wolfman on YouTube says auto start stop is also terrible for your valve train. Oil stops flowing and drains back to the pan. This means the cams run dry. That's what I've been talking about. The cams are running dry. Cams run dry for an extra moment, so all your engine's bearings will fail sooner. I've been screaming that.
And then
I've been screaming that.
You get a new car. That's not good for the environment if they have to keep producing these cars, huh?
Oh, no, that's got to be bad. All of it seems wasteful.
Nobody wants dry cams.
This was like a government overreach in a weird, annoying way, and I'm glad they turned that around. But let us know what you think. If you've got a car that does this stupid auto stop thing that I'm talking about here, only the folks with the cars that do it will know what I'm talking about. Are you glad that the EPA is saying, no, we're not doing that anymore? Or do you think they should keep forcing people to have that stupid button? Let me know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, real quick. Here's the update from the FBI on Nancy Guthrie. They have a new poster for Nancy Guthrie, missing person. I'm looking at it here. This is updated, I think, last night. It still has the same description for the 84-year-old mother of Savannah Guthrie, who's now been missing about 2 weeks or so. Here's an update. The FBI is now offering a reward of up to $100,000. They have upped the reward at the Federal Bureau of Investigation to up to $100,000, for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest and conviction of anybody involved in her disappearance.
Quite a bit more than one Bitcoin.
The other information that has come in say the images above show an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance. The suspect is described as a male, despite you female gate people who think it's a lady with eyelashes, approximately 5'9" to 5'10" with an average build. They say it's a man, the FBI does. In the video, he is wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack backpack. The FBI seeks information that will lead to the identity of this individual. That's the update in the search for Nancy Guthrie at the moment. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some of the other angles of this case. I want to get into a pretty interesting piece of information they're trying to get out after the death of James Vanderbeek, the actor, 48 years old, who died this week from Dawson's Creek fame and Varsity Blues fame.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, you got to be careful. This guy died of colorectal cancer at 48 years old. And these are the things that you need to be looking out for so that this doesn't happen to you. These are the things that you need to be looking out for to make sure you're not on the same path that 48-year-old James Vanderbeek was on before he even knew it. I'll give you those signs. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. We say words, you listen.
Skull mic activated. Stand by. Stand by.
There's a vehicle fire on the Greenway southbound between Boggy Creek Road and Landstar Boulevard. There's a lot of smoke in the area. That's going to be causing visibility issues. Just look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Traffic slowed down on I-4 through the city. Getting through that amusement park area, there's an off-ramp backup from I-95 southbound at International Speedway Boulevard. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Terminix. Termite alert. It is termite season in Florida, and swarms have been identified in your area. Termites can attack your home or business.
One moment.
Damage. Don't live with the termite problem. Before you see termites this swarm season, Terminix it.
Do we time that?
At Terminix.com.
This Valentine's Day, skip over the boring gift and head for hammer and nails. And guys, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Maybe you have a hot date. Maybe you got plans. You want to look your best. Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys is the place to go. Especially right now where first-time guests receive $25 off any service, plus a complimentary premium upgrade. That means they're going to make you look even fancier. Extra hot towels, the whole 9 yards. You can kick back, get dialed in. Your smoked old-fashioned will be waiting because looking sharp should feel just as good. Check out one of their great locations in Oviedo, Winter Park, Winter Garden, Windermere. Book your first visit today at Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys.
All right, interesting update here. Breaking news. And, hang on. Did we time that out?
Yeah, that was a 12.
Okay, let me add it now. Let me add it before I forget, folks, and I'll give you this breaking news. Stand by for breaking news. Okay. Some breaking news. New videos have surfaced in the search for Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers. A man in Tucson with a goatee who creepily approached a doorbell camera 1 week before Nancy was taken. And TMZ has learned the cops are giving it a hard look. The video was originally posted January 23rd on the Ring's Neighbors app. It shows a guy backing up to the front door of a home about 6.5 miles from where Savannah Guthrie's mother lives. The man didn't want to be seen, but the camera still got a good shot of him. They're treating it as a potential lead. I don't know, 6.5 miles away on the Ring app. Like, a suspicious person on a Ring app for somebody's neighborhood is pretty common, probably. Okay. How are you, Samuel L. Jackson? How are you, chat? The next episode is on the way, and this week in Florida, a full-fledged roundup into all the craziest Florida stories of the week with Christopher Dolores Lane coming up. Coming up in just a bit. I've got an RFK Jr. clip that's a banger when we return. RFK Jr.'s new clip is very, it's a thing. And we have to go over that for sure. So let me know what you think. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Hey, Woody. Hey, Richard. Hey, William. Hey, Eddie. Hey, everybody. We're back in 2 minutes. When you hear a story like this one about James Vanderbeek dying this week at 48 years old, you probably, your alarm bells are going off about cancer stuff, and you're like, how do I know if I have this? What am I supposed to be looking for? I'll tell you what the docs say we should be looking out for so you can avoid this happening to you. Buddha says this case has become a circus indeed. It has. From dozens and dozens and dozens of journalists outside this woman's house to deliveries still taking place at an abduction scene to TMZ forcing themselves into the story in every way possible with fake leads and all that other stuff, to the sheriff, this little yokel local who doesn't even know how to talk into a microphone, to the feds who are saying the sheriff's not working with us, and the sheriff's saying, I don't know what you're talking about, to the people who were apprehended and then released shortly after who said they had nothing to do with this. It's a whole thing. Damn, this is brutal but true. PF on YouTube says, Sean needs to do a better job at vetting potential employees. 3 camera guys in a month's time is just lazy and bad. True. Fair criticism. I try to only hire employees that I think aren't going to rock the boat. You know what I mean? When I see the employee with green hair, nose bridge piercing, like a political shirt on, get out of here. But I hire some of these folks because I think they'll do good. No, they don't. They don't. We're coming back. And this information could save your life.
Guys with unfinished business. Peterson's experience gives the Americans a fighting chance against the world's best, and she's ready to sweep her way to the podium. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Gold. G-O-L-D. Gold. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This
with us, got a very interesting, very bizarre RFK Jr. clip to play for you in just a second here. It's always an interesting ride there, so we'll go on that together. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. There's so many things happening in this lovely world of ours. So many side quests, so many viral stories, and then so many clips. And I try to work in the clips that go viral over the course of the week. This one in particular has 14 million views. That's a lot. That's getting a lot of attention out there. And it's RFK talking about a story in his life. So, I mean, let's see. He's the health guy, right? He's health and human services. Yeah, he's the Make America Healthy Again guy. Here is RFK talking recently on a podcast, I believe.
And I said, I'm not scared of a germ. You know, I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. And I know this disease will kill me. Right. Like if I don't.
All right. Couple of questions.
So much to unpack.
All right. You can say I'm not scared of germs. I get that. But suggesting that you've gone to the lengths of snorting drugs off of a toilet seat.
Why not the tank?
Yeah.
It might have been a public restroom. They have like that metal one, just the handle.
That's even worse. Mm-hmm. You're not just saying I'm trying to show you that I don't care about germs by doing that. That sounds like a fetish. when you're snorting drugs off of a toilet seat. You're like trying to find the worst place to do this. But that's what he said. RFK Jr. is like, look, I'm not scared of germs.
And I said, I'm not scared of a germ. You know, I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. And I know this disease will kill me.
Yeah, all right. Okay, there he goes.
Theo talks with everyone about cocaine, especially those that are in the current administration.
Yeah, that tends to be his go-to on his podcast over there, Theo Vaughn with RFK Jr. I think that you should not be so overly concerned with germs as so many people seem to be. I mean, I do things, I take small measures to make sure that I don't get sick more than I do. But I don't think you should be out there doing this stuff. This is the equivalent of the 6-year-old kid at the theme park who takes out his tongue and licks the handrail as he's walking along in the line. And you don't have to make it even worse. What the hell are you doing right now? That seems like a terrible idea, but let us know what you think. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or email tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. We unfortunately lost James Vanderbeek, and I'm not going to play that sad-ass video again, okay? That was like very, very heartwarming video of him talking about the meaning of life as he was approaching his final months with colorectal cancer. And I thought it was great. He talked about being first an actor, and then he thought that didn't really grasp who he felt like he was, and then being a husband, and then being a father when he had kids, and then not being able to be any of those things when he was diagnosed with cancer and feeling useless, feeling like he wasn't worthy of anything. And then realizing that he was a person who was, as he said it, worthy of love. And he said God's love in his case. But he said, even if you're not a believer and that kind of triggers you in some way, just a person worthy of love is sort of what dawned on him was who he was in life at that point in time. And they're also through the death of James Vanderbeek, him and his family who has to have a GoFundMe because they went broke trying to keep dad alive. Ugh. A father, James Vanderbeek, a father of 6 kids.
You got to think James Vanderbeek made decent money, right?
Oh, I would have thought so. Let me bring up the GoFundMe on this just to see what that is at now. The GoFundMe for the family, people were stepping up big time. $2.26 million raised. And this says, James Vanderbeek was a beloved husband, father, and friend who touched the lives of everyone around him. After a long and courageous battle with cancer, James passed away on February 11th, 2026, leaving behind his devoted wife, Kimberly, and their 6 wonderful children. Throughout his illness, the family faced not only emotional challenges, but also significant financial strain. Even him, the guy was on one of the most popular TV shows of the 90s, and he was a movie star. James Vanderbeek was still struggling financially because he was trying to stay alive and provide for his medical care. In the wake of his loss, Kimberly and the children are facing an uncertain future. The cost of James' medical care and the extended fight against cancer have left the family out of money. They're working hard to stay in their home and to ensure the children can continue their education and maintain some stability during this incredibly difficult time. The support of friends, family, and a wider community will make a world of difference as they navigate the road ahead. And people have been generous as they asked them to. The family now has $2.26 million. Now, before I get to the things they want you to be looking out for so you don't end up with colorectal cancer dying at 48, I want to tell you again, and I'll keep saying this until I'm absolutely blue, perhaps green, maybe even black in the face at some point in time.
Oh, buddy, that's career ending.
I will say this because it's true. I will start with the thing that people don't like to say. The thing that people don't like to say is that the United States healthcare system is literally, measurably the best in the world. Our healthcare professionals are literally, measurably the best in the world. Our doctors, our nurses, our healthcare frontline workers, people who work in every facet of medicine in this country are the best of the best. It's a thing that makes America great, is that our health care in this country is phenomenal, but our insurance is garbage. We have half of it, and the other half, we've got a big, giant goose egg. When a celebrity like this can end up needing a GoFundMe, I mean, it's great that the family's getting money, but why? I care about the poor people who end up like this. The people who aren't James Van Der Beek and aren't athletes or Hollywood stars. Those are the people I care about who get bankrupted by this stuff all the time because our health insurance setup in the United States of America is a catastrophe for them financially.
The majority don't even get any health care, any care for their health, because they're already scared of what that cost is going to be, putting their family through it. James Van Der Beek had a long, hard battle, and that included treatment for years. There are some people who don't even go through that first round because they cannot afford it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm glad this is happening for his family. I hate what happened to them with him dying, but I care more than I care about celebrities. I care about poor people in the United States of America, lower income people working hard, people struggling, who get involved in these same things and don't have the resources to get 2.2 mil on a GoFundMe. We've got a problem. We've got a problem there for sure. Look out for these things. If you have any kind of unintentional weight loss, fatigue that you're feeling, cramping or abdominal pain, blood in the stool, the American Cancer Society says those are the common early symptoms of colorectal cancer. That's what took James Van Der Beek out at 48 years old this week. More on the way. Send your dispatches in and your emails over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? A heavy metal singer goes from a breakdown to downhill, and not in the sad way. The reality competition shows are this close to making me want to go full anti-reality competition shows and exhibit American Idol auditions. Is the first one. Plus, Bad Bunny Bush for sale. That's right, Bad Bunny Bush for sale. Take my money. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The U.S. women's hockey team continues its gold medal quest today against host country Italy in the quarterfinals. The Stars and Stripes went 4-0 in Freeland play. Team USA's Caroline Harvey says they're a close group.
Yeah, it's special. Like this group, we really love one another. We have one another's back.
Meanwhile, the men's hockey team, after yesterday's 5-1 opening win over Latvia, are preparing to face Denmark tomorrow.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a warm one. It will honestly be a beautiful day, looking nice and dry under mostly sunny skies with temperatures warming into the mid and upper 70s. The high of 77 degrees expected today in Orlando. As we head to the weekend, we'll start to see some increasing clouds for tomorrow before a cold front slides through as we head to late.
Stand by, school markers. Be there 1 second.
As America marks 250 years, we celebrate the dedication of Florida's farmers. Their hard work ensures that every bite is harvested at its very best. Fresh from Florida, trust is grown here.
Your kid goes to bed a size 8 and wakes up a size 10. That's not magic. That's expensive. Unless you shop at Gap and Sports Doors. They've got undefeatable prices on all the best brands in sports gear, like Nike, Easton, and Baseball Lifestyle 101.
Okay, if we could do a 14 for this week in Florida, and then we need 2 8s and we're done. Where was the 14?
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to
What was that about?
Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win /Fresh from Florida.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45.
Stand by, folks. Back in just a moment.
All three Corona Cigar Company look.
I know. We didn't. That wasn't 12 o'clock.
Wisconsin fish fry and Culver's. Crispy fish. Even though it does taste amazing, it's also about sitting around
What was 12 o'clock?
At Coolers, we hand batter our carbon walleye so your meal tastes homey. Our walleye is only around for a limited time, so when it's here,
12 o'clock was the car shut off.
Oh. Did we do that? We timed that as a 12?
It's a simple.
Okay.
It's made to order and golden fried to perfection. And to make it a real fish fry, you gotta pair it with your favorite sides. Crinkle cut fries, cheese curds.
Okay, then after this, we just need 2 8s.
Whatever you choose, every order is made to bring people together. Just like a true Wisconsin.
All right, folks, how you doing?
So, grab your loved ones and join us for one of our favorite traditions. From Wisconsin with love.
Make sure you hit that like button over on the stream if you liked the show today or at any point this week. Or if you like our cameraman, our brand new cameraman, just announced, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, his headset fell off. Shoot. Where'd it go? He lost his headset. It's nowhere to be seen. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, got him. Samuel L. Jackson, new cameraman. Okay, got him. He's following me around the room. We're back in 45 seconds with the next episode. Let's see what's happening in the world of entertainment news. Then This Week in Florida. And on with the drama. Here we go.
MountainWeightLoss.com.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you than the top voices in well-being on Audible? Kickstart your well-being journey with your first audiobook free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the new.
Things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for joining us on the show. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a great weekend already. Some of you are in that mode, so I see it. You can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. Dispatches and emails are queued up and on the way. Some of you are excitable today. Some of you are angry. Some of you got anonymous emails. We'll get into everything that you have on your mind momentarily, plus the dispatches you've recorded at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Drums, man.
Drums, man.
It's the drums, man.
Yeah, no,
the drums. I recognize them right away, man.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Tune in every single weekend. Get your questions answered live on the air. See that Don and his crew are pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business because they want you to know how it works. If you're making big life decisions, buying a new home, what was the word that Fritz used? Deed loan? Loan deed.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a deed. Then work with someone who knows what they're doing and has got your back. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 28 years ago, 1998. This group right here. Wait for it.
Oh, the Eagles.
The Eagles is right. And it was on this day, bold bold move on the Eagles' part that they sued the National Foundation to Protect America's Eagles, claiming the organization infringed on the band's name and image. Don Henley and his poorly disguised corporate greed machine lost, baby. And the Eagles stay protected by the National Foundation. But good on them. Is what's worse, what they tried to do or when Kiss tried to trademark the devil horns and take away using that sign?
I think the Eagles thing is a little more egregious.
Yeah, but people did go after Kiss for the death metal thing because that's just such a universal thing that
also
people
means
do.
I love you in ASL.
True. You can't take that
Also,
away.
Garth Brooks and Warren G fighting over the lowercase g was a little...
Ooh.
That was good. Yeah.
And then
like
Dr. Dre versus the gynecologist, Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one more recently.
Still haven't chosen my favorite of those two, but sometime.
This is a favorite for me, but real quick question. Can I borrow $4,000?
Okay, for what? What is this?
Completely unrelated, but very exciting. Bush costume on the web.
Well, one of the real ones from the halftime show?
How do we confirm?
Yeah. Go eBay. Go eBay.
Go eBay.
The only thing I know about it is that they were pretty heavy, I heard.
Yes. Let me adjust. 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Okay.
Yep. Costume weighed 40 pounds, required wearing safety goggles to protect against the faux foliage.
Do you think we're too far away from Halloween, though? Like, by Halloween, will people still know the Super Bowl halftime bushes?
I think so.
Well, this is a big investment, so I hope so. But
Okay,
one of the dancers who got paid, and I remember also underlining this, $1,309, approximately $18.70 an hour for 70 hours of labor, is putting up the Bush costume on Go eBay. The seller says it comes with a green balaclava, shoulder harness, sweatsuit, gloves, grass bunny prop arms, the in-ear radio that the performers had to wear, and
Wait, what?
Super Bowl 60 tote bag. Why did they get to keep the in-ear radio?
Yeah, weren't they supposed to return all of
This sounds stolen.
Well, it could be yours stolen for $5,000. I only asked for $4,000. I want you to know it. I'm going to do the other $1,000 from my parents. The seller wasted no time listing the costume. It was put up just a few hours after the game had ended. Any word on where we're at? Because I imagine buy it now, $5,000, but people have the option to auction.
I don't know. This is very sus. This entire thing.
In-ear radio is a good deal.
I mean, that is a good deal, but it feels like they're not supposed to have it to begin with.
Yeah, well, we're living in a time where you're not supposed to do things, but here we are. American Idol. And the headline reads as such.
I'm listening.
Lead singer of this group right here.
Oh.
It's not bad. It's
Good Company? Great White.
Yes. Great
that
White
right?
singer. Yeah, this is Great White.
What is it? Once bitten, twice shy? Is on American Idol?
Now, mind you, this is
I thought there was an age limit for American Idol.
Well, it's a current frontman. I will say, I'm guessing lead singer, original,
Forget that.
dead.
I thought it was for amateurs, not people in rock bands.
I guess not. I guess now we're just changing the rules because you know that they did a whole backstory. When he's not here trying out for American Idol, he's with this band. I sent you the video to the group chat. But
oh, really? Let me bring it up.
He's 28 years old. He's the current frontman for the long-running hard rock group.
He's not the original.
But he's the current frontman for the hard rock, long-running group, getting paid as a musician. Why are you auditioning for American Idol?
Yeah, this is not an amateur.
Is that the guitarist for Great White?
I'm not sure.
Is that the pianist for Great White as well? What
I
is
didn't hear
going
enough
on here?
of the intro. They didn't say this is who is playing with him. His voice is pretty good though, right?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, well, he's moving on to the next round. Very exciting for him.
Damn.
What's going to happen next?
He's got his ticket to Hollywood?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
You bet. Also, if you want a ticket to the first ever Dancing with the Stars Con, that's going to be in Palm Springs, California this summer, July 31st through August 2nd. You
They're
can
doing
see
a whole con?
a
Like, what do you
whole
do
con.
at a Dancing with the Stars con?
This.
You dance with various stars.
Fans will be
I'm
able to
in. You
meet
sold it.
dancers, judges, former contestants, and mirror ball champions.
Oh.
I do not see my sweet, sweet Robert Irwin, so I will not be going.
Oh.
JoJo Siwa's going to be there.
Well, he was at the Super Bowl recently. I saw him there, Robert Irwin. He always seems like he's having a good time.
Nice guy. And maybe a new reality competition show.
Bindi will be there. You want to go see her?
Nah, I'm good. How would you like to play America's Got Kidneys?
Oh, I got some kidneys. All right.
Well,
yeah.
You could be a part of the search for a new kidney for Bijou Phillips. Save her life. Are you familiar with Bijou Phillips?
I know the name Bijou Phillips, but I don't know why I know the name Bijou Phillips.
Well, more than 1,000 people know her so well that they are offering up kidneys to her.
That's a lot.
Yeah, TMZ is saying over 1,000 potential donors came forward after news broke that Bijou urgently needs a second kidney transplant. An incredible outpouring of support, but no match.
Oh. She is the wife of Danny Masterson.
Oh, really?
Maybe it was like Philip's sister.
No.
In the sense of Wilson Phillips or that one girl on TV. Bijou's blood type B negative. She needs donors with B negative, B positive, O negative, or O positive blood. So go to TMZ and tell them that you want to give a kidney. I don't know if I could. I could give a kidney, I believe, to someone.
You would give Beyonce a kidney, I think.
Yeah, I'd give Beyonce a kidney.
If Beyonce came forward and she was like,
then
look,
again, I don't know.
I must continue to be a mother to Blue Ivy, who now looks like exactly like me.
Which is pretty crazy.
And then she'd be like, I can't take Blue Ivy's kidney, but only Sabrina Ambra. You would be like, here you go.
But
Beyonce.
there's no guarantee that we would ever talk again. That's the thing with giving celebrities your kidney.
You can make whatever deal you want. You can pen your own deal.
I'm allowed to come to your house and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to text me every week, say what's up. I feel like that's the least you could do if you give someone
For a
damn
while
kidney.
there, Jay-Z and Beyonce were talking about being vegan like one day a week. Just skip that day and go over to the house one day a week and then give them a kidney in exchange. Problem
Done and
solved.
done. And how many kidneys can you get with $170 million?
170 kidneys at least?
Well, that's exactly what Snow White lost Disney.
Oh, God.
And a weird segue. Seems like more of a punch to all the guts. But according to Forbes, a new report from them, they have cited the company's filings, which indicate the studio will end up losing a reported $168.7 million on the project itself.
That's not great.
Giant flop. Forecasted to be over the production budget, which costs adding up to $336.5 million.
I didn't even see any of it.
Hi-ho.
I didn't
That's
see
the
like
one
a scene.
with every one of the dwarves was one person? Or?
I blame some of this on Peter Dinklage because Peter Dinklage it seemed like he was annoying in this whole escapade, but I didn't see it. I mean, now I don't even know if it's good or not, but there was so much bad press and talk about like woke Snow White, and then the movie did not do well at the theaters.
It did not, but the UK government did reimburse almost $65 million for the movie's cost.
Jesus. Oh,
There
that's
you go.
something.
On the boob tube. Maybe watch Snow White. You could also catch the Olympic Winter Games on Apple TV, the streaming premiere of Eternity, NBA All-Star Weekend, and the game. Good luck. Have fun. We also have Naked and Afraid, The Simpsons, Dark Winds, Family Guy, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and the premiere of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, but most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we return, everybody, I want you to buckle up. You bought the whole seat, but you only need the edge. This week in Florida, I'm building it up, but I don't know if he's got a winner on his hands this week.
Why?
I don't know. Did you get a good roundup of Florida-related stories?
I'm still rounding them up, baby.
All right, so you're going to get some freshies in on this one, folks. Some
super
hot
fresh.
off the presses, yeah. So we'll see what happens with This Week in Florida. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Austin. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
That is amazing. Love it. Thank you.
Who's next? Your chance to win is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are busy this afternoon. You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns on I-4 through the city, through that amusement.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. You adorable person.
From the traffic center of James.
Folks, welcome into the studio.
This report is sponsored by
Now, I have something to tell you.
Retirement is coming. If your report
And it's a good thing and a bad thing wrapped into one. We kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. But you guys hit the goal this week. You guys have been amazing. You've been hitting the goals like every week, which is awesome. And thank God you have, because all of this stuff around here is very expensive. Okay, you see this? This Hubble Cam? This ain't cheap. All right, all of this stuff is very pricey and expensive. And I am in the hole. So these kind of things help to keep the project going. So thank you for helping us hit the goals this week. I appreciate you helping me do that. That's one. Number two is you've unlocked another bonus stream. So yesterday, you guys seemed to be on board, since the show is off on Monday for a holiday, with doing the bonus show on Monday. I just want to give you one last opportunity. Do we want it on Monday? Do we want the bonus show, the after show stream? Do we want the bonus show on Monday? Yes or no? This is your last chance to weigh in on this. The Dow is over 50,000. I love that meme. Like, Mr. President, a second plane has just hit the World Trade Center. And you're like, yeah, but the Dow is at 50,000. Take that, Al-Qaeda. Monday yes, Monday? One no. I'd vote Monday. Two no's. Please, yes or Monday will make me know that you're saying yes, do it on Monday. Monday? This is your last opportunity. Go. There's a Sunday. There's another Sunday coming in. There's a yes. Monday. Okay, Monday. Monday is it. The bonus show stream is on Monday. Also, whoever said it was not 50,000 anymore is right. We're crawling back up. We're crawling back up, but the Dow is at 49,655. It's not even at 50,000. And the second plane hit the tower.
Operations can come to a standstill. If you're looking for a quick response to get your property.
All right, coming up next, This Week in Florida, bonus stream unlocked for Monday. So even though it's a holiday, you'll still get a stream on Monday if those of you who are working or not working want to hang out. Courtney will be here for the live stream. I'm thinking about having her sit over here. But I don't know. It's just this microphone is better. We'll see. But Courtney will be in on the bonus show for Monday. Bitcoin is down 30,000 this month? What the hell? Hello? Hi, how are you doing? Good. They want the bonus stream on Monday. Okay? All right. You can't be racist on it, though. You gotta be nice to people. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? You what? Oh, I forgot you left. Where'd you go again? Oh, okay. Did you buy something? What'd you buy? Well, you have a plastic bag in your hand. That's not something that you spent money on. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, be safe, please. See you later.
What's the bonus stream? The bonus stream is just that, a bonus stream. There would have been no stream on Monday because of the holiday, but I'll be in here. Courtney's going to be along for the bonus stream. Usually I go over a bunch of videos that didn't make it on the show, whatever's going on viral that day. It'll basically just be like a commercial-free mini show on Monday.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
90 seconds and we're back live for This Week in Florida. New cameraman Samuel L. Jackson hanging in there, doing a good job so far. We give money to Sean throughout the week and he gives us bonus shows. That's the arrangement currently, yes. Yes. Yeah, it's a great way to support the efforts that occur inside this studio. And I appreciate you for it. If we do it on Monday, how she's going to go to Publix? She'll have to go to Publix afterwards. That's the only way to handle it. Team Sean will unite on Monday for a bonus stream despite the fact that it is a federal holiday and I could have had a 3-day weekend. But I'd rather do this. It'll be fun. Same time Monday? Probably. Yeah, I think that would be ideal, right? Why not? Just do it at the same time? Asses when Sean plays his TikTok reels and reviews them? That's not true. That's not true. Jerk. I mean, it's fair. It's just not true. All right, here we go.
Land just 2 miles off I-4. DeLand and Ocala. RCHill.com. RCHill.com. Prime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
Viral newsroom. Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had. All that good stuff here. All things viral happening on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. The time has arrived. It's that time of week, friends, where our friend Christopher Dolores Lane takes us through all of the Florida stories that were in the news that week. Come hell or high water, Florida tends to stick out in the news, and we'll see how today goes. Are you ready, C-Lane?
I mean, it just tends to stick out anyway on a map. It just kind of sticks out, you know?
It dangles down there.
Yeah.
Although it was cold, so maybe the dangling has shrunk. I've not checked the live maps, but are you ready?
The water was cold. I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And this one is a story I find to be just slightly hilarious. But I think this probably happens more often than we'd know. Mm-hmm. And even though it shouldn't, this is very this is not so good. But this guy, Kevin Charles Luke, he is a former Army colonel at MacDill Air Force Base. They say for almost 4 decades, he lived a life of service and sacrifice to the United States. 62 years old, he spent 37 years in the Army before he retired in 2018 with the rank of colonel. Thereafter, he continued to work as a civilian military contractor, which gave him the top secret security clearance that he had before as the colonel. And with the top secret clearance, you get access to top secret files.
Yeah.
Fun.
And it turns out the former colonel liked to send those files to girls he was flirting with online.
Oh.
I mean, that's one way to find a mate.
It was an ill-conceived effort to impress a woman that precipitated the former colonel's remarkable downfall. On Tuesday, a federal judge sentenced Luke to 2 years in prison, less than the 3 or 4 recommended for sharing classified battle plans with a woman he was dating.
Why did she care? Why is this woman like, show me the classified battle plan?
Or he dropped it as a line.
I don't think she asked for it.
Yeah, and if that was something that was said to me, I'd be like, yeah, show it. Sure.
No,
Rather
like,
that than
listen,
a D-pic
baby.
immediately.
Yeah, I could either share with you a D-pic or I have some classified battle
this
plans.
is unsolicited battle plans.
All right.
B-pic, maybe. In October of 2024, Luke met a woman online who was not in the military, according to court records. He began talking with her by email. Oldo. On October 1st, he sent her a text message with an accompanying photo through his personal cell phone. He put, "Sent to my boss earlier. Gives you a peek at what I do for a living."
Oh, God. He was bragging, huh?
The
Okay.
photo showed a computer screen displaying a classified email message. According to the court records, the message discussed was described as a then-future U.S. military operation, including details about the date of the operation, the number of targets in the operation, and the battle plans. Authored by Luke, the message bore markings that read, in all caps, secret / REL to USA, FVEY.
Damn.
That meant the email's contents could only be seen by an authorized personnel in what's known as the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance. Those Five Eyes are the U.S., U.K., Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. He is going to spend 2 years in prison for showing off his classified documents.
What an idiot. Jesus.
And like I've said before, probably would do the same thing if I had some classified documents.
You can't steal it. It's against the rules.
I'm not going to text them. You know, there's not going to be a paper trail here. But, you know, you're in the car, glove compartment open, and check out the classified documents in there.
Oh, my God.
Don't take any pictures.
What a traitor you are, for God's sake. This is traitorous behavior.
Yeah,
is what it
perks.
is.
It's perks.
It would be like a mundane classified document. Like, it's classified, but it's a memo about cleaning up after yourself in the employee kitchen or something. Something like that. You know. Not battle plans. What do you think? I'm some sort of expatriate?
Hey, hold on. Let's be real. Our company, iHeartRadio, that pays the bills around here, there's no secret documents that we can get our hands on. We have iHeartRadio secrets. We hold some secrets here, but we don't have like some files with some top secret stuff that we're keeping away.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my God, you guys have top secret documents that I don't over there?
Can't tell you. Classified.
Unbelievable.
I do have a top secret document that that I hold just for myself.
Yeah. What's that? Let me see that, please.
You've seen it. Over to Collier County, where they're having a little bit. I just said you've seen it.
Damn it. I didn't think it out. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Over in Collier County, they're having a little bit of a problem at Ave Maria University, which now has, I would call this an outbreak. 57 cases of measles. Measles sounds like an outbreak. Woo! Per the Wednesday update, Ave Maria University nurses have assessed 7 students who have presented rashes, bringing the total number of cases to 57.
Gross.
For someone who's never been vaccinated, they say if you're in a room with someone with measles, there's over a 90% chance you will contract measles.
Just airborne or
just being in the room with them? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Measles, highly contagious, causes symptoms similar to those of the common cold, including red swollen eyes, a runny nose, a cough, and a rash. So stay away from the kids at Ave Maria. If you ever wonder what they do with all that drug money that they confiscate when they make the big busts, you know, what do? They just leave the drug money in the locker? Mm-hmm. What are you doing with it? Well, in Orange County, they have an answer, and that answer is free ice cream. Ooh. Free ice cream for the people. The Orange County Sheriff's Office has a new and very unique vehicle in its fleet. The Sheriff's Office posted on X that it purchased with drug money an ice cream truck. And I have seen it, and the ice cream truck is decorated in stickers that say, this was purchased with drug money, which this seems kind of weird.
Oh, I think I have this. If you want to see this real quick.
Is that it?
Yeah, this is they did like a promo for it.
Sure.
This is our brand new Orange County Sheriff's Office ice cream truck.
It says this ice cream truck was purchased with money seized from drug dealers
with 3
laughing
emojis.
Wow.
We're going to take this truck around and we're going to visit some of our neighborhoods and give out ice cream.
Is it free?
Here you
Yes.
go.
And that's all in an effort to better engage with our youth.
Okay, I don't hate the idea. I mean, that seems nice.
I don't hate the idea. It's. I mean, I'm sure there were some bills they could have paid with that money, but it's something nice and something fun, and I think it teaches the lesson that drugs can be good.
Well, it also teaches the kids, like, hey, not every interaction with cops has got to be bad.
Yeah.
Because here's the cops coming through with some ice cream for you. This seems good.
I'm going to go get some free ice cream high out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as though...
just act cool. Just act cool about it.
We're teaching all the kids not to take ice cream from strangers, but if they have a badge on, it's okay. I think it's a good thing. You might be getting some free ice cream if they come to a neighborhood near you. A man, speaking of the police, in Cape Coral... They're really doing the work. They are putting the criminals behind bars, baby.
Nice.
A political feud led to a projectile food incident at 4 Mile Ecological Preserve in Cape Coral after a man was arrested for launching a cupcake at a city employee.
Ooh.
The incident occurred mid-January when a City of Cape Coral employee reported a man had thrown a cupcake at him after a verbal dispute about politics. That's
a waste of a cupcake, if you ask me.
I don't know. I can see it happening, though. Like modern day political fights are so annoying that you're sitting there and you're like, as much as I want to eat this cupcake, I would rather projectile this at this person's face. Right
but at what point does somebody throw a cupcake at you and you go, I'm calling the police?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just doing that to be a dick, right?
By the way, what is this big secret? Now boss man Jack Bradshaw at iHeart says, I got documents. He says. He texts to us.
Oh, the same document I got.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have access to the documents. Are the documents about me? That would be jarring.
He doesn't have the document that I'm thinking of.
Oh. Okay. Right,
he's going to want it now. I mean, he's going to be marching over here.
I want to see
the
it
document, Daddy-o. Let's see. The alleged thrower, David Sternal, 59 years old, was found at a nearby gazebo with frosting on his person, claiming the city employee threw the cupcake at him. The police responded to the incident and conducted an interview. According to them, his speech and behavior were disorganized, prompting a Baker Act investigation.
Oh,
you got Baker Acted?
I get it. Bake.
Yeah. Sternal confirmed with law enforcement he was aware of his surroundings and did not have any intent to harm himself or others. He was charged with criminal mischief for damage to property over $1,000.
For one cupcake?
Yeah, I don't think you could do that.
Doing $1,000 damage with a cupcake and a weapon offense for a missile into a dwelling. That is quite the charge for cupcake throwing.
A cupcake?
He remains inside the Lee County Jail. There was a shakeup in the Villages this week.
No.
Nice.
Deputies evacuated homes in a neighborhood on Tuesday after they responded to explosive devices at a residence, prompting a bomb squad response and a federal investigation. Deputies posted on Facebook out of an abundance of caution. Homes in the immediate area are being evacuated while these items are safely removed from the homes. They said in an update, the bomb squad determined the explosives were confirmed stolen from the military.
Ooh.
So, yeah, notification.
Our military explosives are so unsecure that they're just stealing them?
It didn't say how the person got their hands on the military explosives or even how they were discovered. But a neighbor said he was away from home when neighbors called to describe the scene. Said a lot of action going on, helicopters going around, police cars and everything. Kind of scary for some of the residents there. They were shaken by the discovery, particularly because of the explosives' reported military origin, but no arrests have been announced. News 6 knocked on the front door of the home Tuesday night. There appeared to be people inside, but nobody answered. And I don't think I would if I were them either. Let's see. Tragic story of this man who tried to go all Grand Theft Auto. A 27-year-old man died Friday after losing control of his vehicle, flew over an overpass, and hit an SUV on I-75. The 61-year-old man from Georgia driving the second vehicle sustained minor injuries. And last but not least, I got this one sent to me a few times. Police arrested a couple in Florida after a game of pickleball allegedly descended into a massive brawl involving more than 20 people.
Oh, my God.
Anthony Sapenzia and his wife Julianne were detained following the fight at Spruce Creek, a country club not far from Daytona Beach. They were taking on another couple on the morning of Super Bowl Sunday when tensions came to a boil. Oh, man, were they in jail for the Super Bowl? That would be annoying.
I'm sure they had it on.
Before long, both police officers and fire and rescue were called to the country club in a response to a physical fight in progress on the pickleball court involving over 20 individuals. According to the police affidavit, the teams hurled insults at each other while Anthony Sapenzia accused of yelling, "Your wife is a C word." That's it for This Week in Florida.
Okay.
That was a good one, C-Line.
Is that that's what made the brawl as big as it was? You toss out the C word like that. There's a
At
lot
the pickleball
of
court?
Yeah, don't do that around those parts. All right, when we come back, I've got big updates rolling in on the Nancy Guthrie story for those of you interested. We'll see what's happening there, and we'll move past that. We'll get all geared up. By the way, I have another update in the teenager that went missing yesterday that somebody said, you guys got to talk about this too. An update on that, and jury duties on the way, so much more. Plus, we got to talk about this neighborhood in Los Angeles the neighborhood has done the unthinkable. The unthinkable. What would you do if this happened in your neighborhood? I want to know, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic starting to slow down on I-4 eastbound before that US 27 exit. There's a crash off to the shoulder, causing delays on I-4 westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. Look out for that earlier accident still getting cleared up off to the shoulder on the Greenway southbound between Boggy Creek Road and Landstar Boulevard. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by NobleGoldInvestments.com. The stock market can't go up forever. What's your plan for what comes next? If you don't have an answer, Noble Gold Investments can help. Noble Gold helps investors protect their portfolios with physical gold and silver. Download your free wealth protection kit at NobleGoldInvestments.com before it's too late. NobleGoldInvestments.com.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Race fans.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Stand by. Stand by.
This Saturday and take a spin in the number 8 car simulator to enter for a chance to win this race day package for the ages. A race where legends have been made, legacies solidified, and where careers are defined.
Thank you again for watching the short form videos on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Huge week. And I mean huge week. I think total audience captured across all platforms for this week of the short form videos is over 10 million people. Over 10 million people. And that accomplishes the two things I was looking for. One, to draw new people into the show. And two, to battle the incredibly low quality content that exists in these short form worlds like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. The news is what I'm talking about. All the fun stuff is fine, but the news related content is all liars and grifters and partisan horseshit, and it's bad. And so just a great week on that front, so thank you. Shouts out to Facebook followers. The News Junkie on Facebook is facebook.com/The News Junkie. That's my page. 125,000 followers just hit. 125K.
Right now during their free Window February event when you buy 4 replacement windows or doors.
How about that? 125K, baby, this week.
Protection and energy efficiency.
Unbelievable.
All at once. Even better, many homeowners notice a difference immediately. Quieter rooms, fewer drafts, and AC systems that don't have to work as hard. And with zero.
Okay, a couple of minutes and we're back live, and I do have some pretty wild new news breaking in the Nancy Guthrie investigation. It is a circus. It is getting, well, probably already at the level that it's embarrassing. And once again, with the latest embarrassment, the local sheriff is at the center of it. That's coming up in just a moment.
License number CGC 1527613.
On Tuesday, February 17th, celebrate the path to prosperity. Only at Orange City.
YouTube friends, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like. Twitch is trying to ban Kevin? Well, what did Kevin do? Wait, who is Kevin? Who is Kevin and what did he do? Who is this Kevin and what did he do? Barney Fife, definitely. Yeah, Sheriff Nano. Definitely Barney Fife territory.
Points for every dollar you spend. Those points can be redeemed for free menu items. Because the more you enjoy Culver's, the more we love rewarding you for it.
I bet TMZ staff took the lady. Well, that would be a brave move on their part. But it's not out of the question. Secret Show subscribers, a brand new Secret Show will be posted. New Secret Show going up today, as always, Fridays, 5 p.m. Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern, a new Secret Show posted. It was a fun one last night. I think you'll like it. If you don't know what Secret Shows are, it is myself, C-Lane, and Josh, a fully uncensored show every single week. It's available on thenewsjunkie.com. With Secret Shows subscriptions, you get to fully unlock the website. You will have access to the no ads stream and the new Secret Shows live stream on thenewsjunkie.com for Thursdays and everything else. The full soundboard and many other things. It's as little as $2.99 a month if you want to be audio only. And if you get it, you can also listen to or watch the roasts. Go do it. Subscribe at thenewsjunkie.com. That is the best way to support me. That is the best way to help me bulletproof myself against iHeartRadio and the suits. And it could be as little as $2.99 a month. Go subscribe or gift subs over at thenewsjunkie.com. TMZ is just a glorified National Enquirer. Yeah, I mean, they're making their money in the world of dead people right now. For those of you who don't know, TMZ, how long do I have? I have 1 minute, I have to be fast. TMZ has forged an I'll pay you for it agreement with people at the hospitals, the 3 or 4 main ambulance companies in Los Angeles, people in law enforcement, and people everywhere in the process of somebody dying. So whenever there's a medical emergency or a celebrity dies, TMZ learns first because those people call them and they get paid usually. Or sometimes at least they get paid. But they have actively built a network to report all the celebrity deaths that occur. And now, of course, they track Nancy Guthrie. All right, here we go.
Most famous names in American skiing history. A Super G specialist with a silver medal already to his name. He attacks the mountain with a smooth, technical style that separates him from the pack. Known for finding speed where others find trouble, he drops into Milano Cortina looking to upgrade his silver to gold. For Cochran Siegel, skiing fast is a family tradition. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the News Junkie, Sean Wong.
This is a great benefit of listening to this show. When there's money that you could get for free and it could be sent to your mailbox, we tell you about it. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you to C-Lane because I completely forgot about this, even though I teased it coming up a little while ago. I forgot about the mailbox money. I try my best when everything's teased on the show
to get it in on the next segment, or at least that day, because, sometimes this stuff escapes me. But yeah, there's mailbox money out there. We've been doing this for years and years on the show. You just heard Sabrina and C-Lane saying they literally got paid from, I think it was an Apple mailbox money settlement.
Yeah, it was something about Siri listening to you or something.
Yeah, which we said was happening forever, and they said was not happening forever. But you guys got the proof. The proof is in the pudding. You got $40, I think, or something.
10 cents. Thank you very much.
$40.10 to Sabrina and Celine on that one. So many of you have made money from these different class actions that we've talked about and programs that we've talked about. Mailbox money, ways for you to get free money is always something we bring up whenever we can on the show. In fact, some guy one time said, hey, I listened to a program you talked about, and he ended up getting like $50,000 from one of them. So this is not as much, but you may qualify for up to $5,000 for this. And earlier when I teased this, I tried to determine whether or not C-Lane and Sabrina have been to this place, or went to this place in 2024 at some point in time. It's a very popular restaurant.
Nationwide,
without a doubt. Fast casual, not one of the regulars that you think of. Your McDonald's, your Subway.
Well, those aren't fast casual.
Yeah, not one of those.
Subway, maybe?
This one that says, at least in the article I'm looking at, Celine, says fast casual. But did either of you, at any point in 2024, as far as you know, spend any money at Panda Express?
Uber Eats count?
Yes, I think. Well, I think it might. It might. Let me bring up this story here, because if you went to Panda Express in 2024, you may qualify for up to $5,000 in mailbox money.
Because you got cancer? What happened?
Well,
I
hope not.
Specific. 2024.
I hope not. Let's see. It says Panda Express class action settlement. You may qualify for $5,000. This is from New York's Pix11.com. It says you may qualify to get money from one of the most popular fast casual restaurant chains in the country. The Panda Restaurant Group, parent company of Panda Express, has agreed to pay $2.45 million as part of a class action lawsuit settlement. And I'll give you the web address on this in a second. Panda Restaurant Group agreed to the settlement to resolve claims around a 2024 data breach.
Oh.
Yet another one of those. Anybody who received a data breach notification letter, this was in 2024.
Wait, scroll up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Panda failed to prevent the breach that compromised customer information such as social security numbers. Why does Panda Express have their customers' social security numbers?
Maybe from their app. They have a great
I've
app.
not put in a social security number in an app.
I don't know that I have either. We use it, though. The Panda Express app is so awesome. You get to play little games. There's a couple of games each week that you get to play, and you can get like deals and prizes, or they steal your information, I guess. Who qualifies for this settlement? Anybody who received a data breach notification letter, this happened in 2024, class members can get up to $5,000 in documented losses, or at the very least, a $100 cash payment. So if you were involved in this, you can go to prgbreachsettlement.com. Now, I'm going to get a screenshot and put this up on See It Now so that everybody can go to the website. All you have to have been was a Panda Express customer in 2024, and there's a likelihood that you were involved in this. And at the very least, you will get $100. Why the hell not? On the high side, you could get up to $5,000 in this Panda Express class action. All right, I'll put it up on See It Now. That's the section of the website, the See It Now section, where if we're talking about something like this, you can go and get the link. All right, that's up and posted over on thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Don't forget, when you go over there, click on the menu, click on See It Now, and you'll see the Panda Express class action settlement. Go get your money. It'll be in your mailbox before you know it. All right, there's that. That's a lot of people. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people go to Panda Express in the course of a year. So hopefully you can get some money out of that. All right, I want to talk about the latest embarrassment in the Nancy Guthrie case. Now, the reporter Matt Finn from the Fox News channel, has said, I just did a wide-ranging interview with the Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos about a lot of topics.
I thought he
Here are
wasn't
some,
doing one-on-one interviews.
Well, he said he wasn't, and now he is. This guy is so weird, and the sheriffs, the locals are so weird in Pima County and how they've been handling this gigantic case. They said literally they were not doing one-on-one interviews, and now he's done one with Fox News Channel. Chris Nanos, the Pima County Sheriff, tells Fox that his office did not, in fact, find a glove at Nancy Guthrie's home. He says, we have no glove. We never found a glove on that property.
There was a picture of a glove.
That was a neighbor's house.
That was one glove that was found a mile or so away near a neighbor's house. And then afterwards, they said, oh, we found a second glove on Nancy Guthrie's property. And that story's been out there for the last 48 hours or so. And now the sheriff's like, nope, we didn't find any glove on that property. He says his office has been using the same contracted private lab for decades, long before he was in office. He says his office started sending the Guthrie evidence to his lab from the start, and that the Guthrie family DNA and other DNA swabs are there too. So it makes sense to keep sending stuff there. But he says, the FBI says that they're not working well together. He says, we are working well together. I don't know what they're talking about. On the ransom notes and the legitimacy, he says the FBI is the expert on that subject. The sheriff cannot comment. What else? On whether this is a kidnapping or something else, he said, we believe it's a kidnapping, but you always consider other possibilities. They said they found a few different gloves.
What
in
are the other
area.
possibilities?
Some of them miles away. They have not said. Nano says the Rio Rico, Arizona man who was briefly detained the other night is a delivery person who was in the area of Nancy Guthrie's house. More than one issue led the sheriff to this guy. After talking, he believes he had nothing to do with this, but they said like he was in the neighborhood in the area.
You just scrolled past something I thought that was interesting. They said that the DNA that they found in the home, they can confirm it's Nancy's, but they can't confirm that it's blood.
That seems weird. Yeah, it says Nano says Nancy's blood was found outside her home, and Nancy's DNA was recovered inside, but he can't confirm the DNA inside is blood. So whatever the DNA was recovered from inside was maybe not blood. It might have been something else. On the allegations that family members are involved, the family has been fully, 100% completely, whatever we've asked for, they've done. They've been on board with this, he said. He said the situation with the FBI is being blown out of proportion, but the FBI says, no, the local yokels are Keystone cops, and they've screwed up this investigation from the beginning. The whole thing's a media circus and a disaster now, and we don't know where the hell this 84-year-old woman is or if she's even alive. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. Quick break. And we have some more time. We can keep going, right? Because we just locked in a weekend segment.
Going.
I'll keep going here. Let's go to a couple of your emails
but not
in the
too
meantime.
long.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Chris emails the show. Hey, Sean. Hey, C-Lane. Hey, Savvy, he says.
Hey.
S-A-V-V-Y. What
Very
was the one
close.
that you tagged C-Lane in, that he got another version of C-Lane on the internet that I hadn't seen before?
Oh, my gosh. What
the hell was that the other day?
C-Lyn.
C-Lyn.
S-E-A-L-Y-N?
Uh-huh.
So C-Lane
was that
on the show.
Was that the caption on that video?
Yeah, and I missed it, and that's my bad. But I thought it was a very creative spelling. I've seen cleave and S-E-E-L-A-N-E.
S-E-A-L-A-N-E.
For the record, it's C-L-A-N-E.
Correct.
C-Lane, all right? C-Lane. His last name is Lane. His name is Chris. C-Lane. But he gets ceiling, as in the roof. Celine is what this emailer said. Ceiling. Lots of different options. And Sabrina has turned from Sabby, which is a nickname people use, but Savvy, S-A-V-V-Y. So, hey, Sean, hey, Celine, and hey, Savvy. You guys were just talking about the Ring app, and they did the same thing to me. There was a suspicious guy walking around knocking on people's doors pretending to sell stuff, and when I posted the picture on Ring, they took it down. They sent me a message saying you can't label people just by the way they look. And the guy wound up getting in trouble for doing something in the neighborhood. They're probably worried about their lawsuits and stuff incoming. They've got some issues there, I'm sure.
They keep releasing new videos of persons of interest in the Nancy Guthrie case, and they're blurring out the faces. And for the life of me, is it because it wasn't on her property that you feel like, how are people going to identify a person that they're looking for if you blur the face?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good question. And to add to that, the guy who was featured in the video where he was rooting around somebody's recycle bins and going over the fence, the guy with the multiple backpacks, that guy has allegedly been cleared. They said that guy was not related to this.
Yeah, but there's a new one today, and they've blurred that one out too.
Yeah, hold on. This is the new one. Sabrina sent this over earlier. It says, Nancy Guthrie, law enforcement, absolutely looking at new suspicious video. Here's the video. This is from a house about 6 miles away. It's a guy on their balcony moving around on this house, on the front porch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say balcony. The front porch.
Yeah, TMZ has access to it.
He's kind of awkwardly moving around. His face is blurred out. He sees the camera and tries to cover up the camera. Very short video, but that's the only one they have.
Or was he ringing the bell?
He's kind of like backing up to it for some reason. It was sort of weird. That was from January 23rd, and TMZ got it off the Ring Neighbors app. Somebody had posted back on January 23rd.
Oh, so it's basically like these different people who have dispatched and emailed in have talked about where they say something suspicious. And but this one didn't get pulled off the Ring Neighbors app, I guess.
Although this was 6.5 miles from where Savannah Guthrie's mother lives. So, I mean, there's really high chance that this just happens to be some other weird thing. That app is just full of reports like this, and it's like very likely not connected. But law enforcement says they're looking into it. They're treating it as a potential lead. They're checking it out, et cetera, et cetera. So there we go. 2 more emails real quick. Here's Anonymous talking about this same topic. Regarding the Ring doorbell cameras and similar devices, in the movie Shelter, starring Jason Statham, the government of where this movie was located has software to search all cameras and locate people. It's kind of scary to see how far it goes. It's an excellent movie, says Anonymous. It is scary to think about all of this stuff, but I don't think it's that far-fetched anymore. I really don't.
Isn't that the whole thing with the who's the guy that was in exile right now? The WikiLeaks dude.
Oh, Julian Assange.
Who's the other one?
The other WikiLeaks dude.
Snowden.
Edward Snowden? Yeah, Edward Snowden.
Wasn't the whole thing like the movie about Edward Snowden's whole journey and that thing? Like, didn't they have, he was exposing like some software system that could open anybody's cameras?
Yeah, there was a lot of top secret spy programs that Edward Snowden was highlighting. He was a FBI contractor, I think in like Hawaii or something. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. And then he fled to Russia after leaking all these internal documents about eavesdropping from the government, and then got out of here. And things have gotten way worse since then. Whatever he was talking about is gone. Now you got companies like Palantir and others who are working with the government to scan everybody's face and be able to take people's pictures and compare it to this massive database, access cameras everywhere. It's just crazy. One more on that front. Misty emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The cameras are similar to how cable was back in the day. The channels you didn't subscribe to were still there but scrambled because they couldn't remove them individually from each account. The cameras have to record because they can't separate it. But if they're going to save everything in the cloud, they should figure out a way to scramble the footage for those who don't have a subscription. Just like the cable company, but in reverse, says Misty. It doesn't have to work like that. If it was on their servers, it should just not send any information to their servers if you're not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, it should send information to their servers, which gives you the backup that you're looking for. In this case, I'm thankful that they did because they got this security footage from Nancy Guthrie's house of the alleged abductor, but it doesn't work like cable does. It's very different. It could totally just be that you have your own app, you have your cameras, and you can watch them live, and that's it.
But it has to send the video for you to be able to watch them live.
I guess you're right.
That's where you're watching it from.
It has to route through their servers, but it does not have to be stored on their servers. Or it could be so temporarily stored on their servers that it would not be available 10 days later, as I think it was in this case. But it's not like cable. It doesn't work like the cable company scrambling stuff. Anyways, thanks for the email, Misty. I appreciate that. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty is on the way. In jury duty, I'll give you that update I promised you on the other teenager that we said was missing during the show, and this neighborhood in Los Angeles that has done the unthinkable. What if this happens in your neighborhood? What is the really loud sound that they're going to be hearing soon?
That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You would go do Chippendale for a bunch of ladies if you thought you can get away with it.
Yeah, right now I keep.
Hang tight, Skullmikers. Live read incoming. Live read incoming. Then to you. I got some news about the suits to share with you.
Another weekend of college basketball is ahead. Big game for Florida tomorrow. The 14th-ranked Gators host Kentucky. Also tomorrow, UCF is home to West Virginia, and Florida State visits Virginia Tech. The Daytona 500 field is set. Dual winners Joey Logano and Chase Elliott started Road 2 Sunday behind Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe. And at the Olympics, the U.S. men's hockey team debuted with a win over Latvia. Next game tomorrow against Denmark. I'm Matt McCoy.
Rasmussen University is where passion meets education, offering over 60 career-focused programs ranging from nursing and early childhood education to business and IT. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up, there's a path here built for your goals. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Hey, folks, hope you have a great weekend. For some of you, a long weekend. Got an extra day for you with the federal holiday on Monday. And weather is getting back to a lot nicer. And that may mean that your air conditioner is back where it used to be. It's kicking in and trying to keep you cool inside. And maybe that downtime screwed things up. Maybe all of a sudden it doesn't seem like it's working anymore. No matter what your situation is with your air conditioning, Mills Air is there to help. They've dealt with small problems and large problems, and they do this on a daily basis. Nothing that you can throw at the Mills Air techs is something that's going to shock them. They've seen it all before, and that's great because that'll help them fix your situation with your AC quickly, efficiently, and affordably. That's what they do at Mills Air. Do not panic. When something's wrong with your AC, pick up the phone and call Mills Air. Here is the phone number I want you to dial. AC issues, dial 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. You might be driving. And we're back. And we're back.
A chance to score $1,000 cash and personal meet and greet with the legend himself, Kyle Rowdy Busch. All you have to do is show up to the Circle K at 2450 State Road 44 in New Smyrna Beach from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Two things for you, chat.
Take a spin in the number 8 car simulator to enter for a chance to win this race day package for the ages.
Two things for you, chat. Thing number one, I've got a meeting with the suits today. I got a meeting with the suits to talk about God knows what. I'm assuming it might be something about the contract, but I don't know. I just know there's a meeting. And then I can post the secret show at 5 p.m., and then I can get on with my weekend until our bonus show on Monday. Our bonus ass after show stream on Monday. Meeting with the suits after the show today, though. Question mark? This could be when they go, Sean, we just decided we're going to go another direction. Why wait the final months of your contract? I don't know. Maya says, Team Sean, thank God. Kyle says, I sent an email on why and how the doorbell video is kept. Thank you, Kyle. I'll take a look at that before the end of the show for sure. Tanya sent some boobs. Can you complain about that? Tanya sent some boobs. And look at those things. Very nice, Tanya. Very, very nice. Meeting with the suits later today. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that on the bonus show on Monday. Hey, Shallow. Hey, how are you? Charles, Bootsy, Sport Johnson, Kyle. Oh, that's one thing. What was the other thing I was going to say? Hang on. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Ashley emails. I finished that documentary about the Scream murders last night. It was awesome. I still feel like the boyfriend knows something. I think these guys were evil. And the mothers are delusional. Also, why don't you ever do polls on YouTube? Having to type in the web address is slightly annoying, and I'm sure it deters some participants. Have a great weekend. Ashley. Ashley, you're absolutely right about the polls. However, it's very difficult for me to make a poll on YouTube while I'm talking. That's the problem. Now, if I can figure out how to connect with YouTube's API so that when I post a poll on Straw Poll on thenewsjunkie.com, it also updates that, I will do it, but I don't know if it's possible.
There's no hack for COVID-19, but if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you.
What else? I was going to talk about something else. I forgot. It'll have to come back to me. We'll see. Jury duty on the way. You guys, isn't this weird? Isn't it weird how when you disappear, things just keep going? This might seem weird to you, but I'll make it make sense. Nancy Guthrie has been missing for over 12 days, almost 2 weeks. She has not been there and has been missing for over 2 weeks. Yet she is still getting packages delivered from Amazon. Pizzas are showing up at the house to be delivered. And currently, her pool man is cleaning Nancy Guthrie's pool in her backyard. Isn't this all a little bit weird? It's weird. Let me put in the weekend segment. We're coming back in just a moment. Hang tight.
Legacies solidified and where careers are defined. If you close your eyes right now, you can almost smell the fumes of 600 horsepower of pure muscle. But don't just imagine it, live it with this incredible opportunity to take in all the sights and sounds with a chance to win $1,000 cash and a meet and greet with Kyle Busch himself. Make sure you're at the Circle K at the corner of Florida 44 and Glencoe Road from 10 to 1 this Saturday to register. We'll see you there. No purchase necessary. U.S. adult nicotine consumers 21 plus, ends 2/14/26, void in Massachusetts, Michigan, and where prohibited. See official rules for details. Sponsored by Zone Nicotine Pouches.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real, no radio.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Man, is there a lot to talk about. Lots happening in the world of all things viral. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being with us. Learn more about the show in the world's most viral newsroom at thenewsjunkie.com. One of the craziest things that's still going on is with all these updates in the Nancy Guthrie story, which are just like, seemingly unending. One thing that nobody's talking about is I never considered that if you go missing for 2 weeks, everything at your house just keeps going. It's the most bizarre thing. Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, her mother has been gone for 2 weeks, basically. We don't know if the 84-year-old is dead or alive, but everything just keeps going. It keeps going at her house. We've seen Amazon delivery drivers still delivering packages at this woman's house. There was somebody peeking into the backyard just moments ago. Look at this. The pool cleaner has arrived and is cleaning Nancy Guthrie's pool in her backyard. She's not there. She's been missing for 2 weeks. But all of this just continues around these areas
despite the fact that somebody is nowhere to be found.
I thought I had read that the police had called them in.
The pool people?
Or maybe it was just they had to escort them in, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, maybe once they got there. But it's like, why are they still... I mean, I guess they still want the pool to be clean. It's so
Well,
weird
if I were
to me.
Nancy Guthrie and I'm rescued eventually, I'd like to come home and have a dip.
I mean, this house has gaggles of media outlets outside and across the street. They have pizza deliveries still showing up. They have the local yokel cops there with Sheriff Nano, who doesn't seem to know what the hell he's doing. The feds are everywhere in the neighborhood. They got neighbors coming over with flowers because they're sweet, save for the one neighbor who hates everything that's going on and keeps telling the cops to leave. It's a whole media circus. It's a media circus, and it's just unbelievable to watch.
Could you imagine? And I know this is going to the more days roll by, the more this seems like a long shot. They find Nancy Guthrie alive. She goes home, and then when she's kind of flipping through everything, maybe they're showing her some stories, some of the stuff that happened. She finds out that her neighbor has been yelling at the cops, telling him to go away.
That's going to be weird.
Bitch.
You're like, how dare you? Everybody in the world united. All of these people came together, and they all said, hey, look, this isn't a political story. It's a story of intrigue. It's a story of mystery. It's a story with twists and turns. What happened to Nancy Guthrie? It's enthralled the nation. And everybody's interested except for that one evil bitch of a neighbor. That woman would crazy.
And then Nest reaches out like, hey, gonna pay for that subscription now?
Yeah, by the way, you owe us just a little bit. All right, let's see what's happening out there in courtrooms all around the world. Let's do this. Here's jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, reach out to the attorney that's going to help you battle those big, billionaire, greedy insurance companies. You've heard them here on the show. Now give them a call after the accident, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. This is a story about a home in L.A., and I've never heard of this happening before. But, there's been a lot of talk about not just the Nancy Guthrie thing. People are still talking about ICE. Although you've had ICE move out largely of Minneapolis, move on to other areas where they think they might get more cooperation from local law enforcement. Seems like the temperature is turned down just a bit on that. I'm seeing less of the ladies at the yoga studio screaming at the employees. What's your opinion? What's your stance? And it's like, I've seen less of people online being forced to take a stance on all of this stuff. But now I've never seen anything like this before. An LA neighborhood is installing sirens in the neighborhood to warn residents about the feds coming in with ICE.
Oh, that should end well. Did you see how they responded to the whistles?
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know that you could do this. But hang on, here's the story from KTLA. Let's see if they show them testing this, because I'd love to know what this sounds like. What if I'm in the neighborhood and I'm like, hey, I kind of want some of these people, especially if they are criminal offenders, want them removed from the neighborhood, and like somehow instead of that, we're installing sirens? Is everybody on board with this? Let's tune in. Here's KTLA.
Residents of a Highland Park community are coming together to create a system that would protect their neighbors from federal immigration
ICE
raids.
raid alarm.
The group is working to install warning sirens that would alert the community of federal agents in the area.
KTLA's Alina Bovian is live in Highland Park with more on that effort. Hi, Alina.
Hi there, guys. Well, these small sirens, they plan to have them up on private property, so either businesses or residential
businesses.
homes, and they say they're hoping to get it done later this month.
I want to hear it, though. Oh, there it is.
A grassroots effort.
Siren. What is this? You got a Timu-ass siren?
This siren is not the biggest, most impressive siren I've ever seen.
Is that a
here.
siren or an air compressor?
I think dogs from around the neighborhood will come on
This
down.
is like the neighborhood activists are going to have little tiny sirens that they plug in and alert the neighbors who probably aren't there illegally at all.
I think Sabrina has a megaphone with a louder siren.
Hold on, let me go back here. Here is the demonstration of the siren. That's it.
Grassroots effort led by residents and community activists is working to install
I don't even mind it.
sirens across this Highland Park neighborhood, designed to alert people when federal immigration agents are spotted nearby.
Yeah, I think this is more just to make you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, I was imagining like an air raid siren, like a siren. Like
we had a story. Remember the guy we had a story of this guy installed like sirens on his property and he was annoying all the neighbors?
I was thinking,
That's for tornado season. You can't mix them up.
But I was thinking something that screeches, and then everybody in the neighborhood's like, Jesus, this is so annoying. What's going on? Those were pathetic. I don't even know if you get anybody's attention with those. But what do you do if that happens in your neighborhood? This is literally happening in Los Angeles, where they probably have more people who are on their side, if you will, politically. But this group has come together, and they've got tiny little plug-in sirens. I'm sure that'll solve all the problems. It'll all be fixed in due time. Let me know what you think. Send your dispatch. That's how you join us on the show. Record a video or audio dispatch and do that on the website. It takes just a moment or two at thenewsjunkie.com. Don't want to do that, but do want your voice heard? Send an email. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top and send the email to tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick update. Somebody said yesterday, there's too much of this Guthrie stuff. There's too much Guthrie news. Who cares about Nancy Guthrie? What about this? And they said there's a story about a 15-year-old girl, and she's missing out of Oviedo. Where is she? So I said the story yesterday, and I said we'll keep an eye on it. I said the reason why the Nancy Guthrie story is making headlines is not just from the celebrity tie-ins, but it's got intrigue and twists and turns, and it's a great ongoing story. And a distraction, really, in many ways, from other things. But this story has given us a bit of an update. The FDLE says the missing girl 15 is safe and has announced that the missing child alert has been canceled. She had, it turns out, just run away with some friends and gone to the Tampa area. She's safe, good to go, and not missing any longer. So you see, that path was not a very long one. This path has been going on for 2 weeks with twist and turn after twist and turn, and the other path, very, very short one. But this is what you can do. You guys can always point us to stories that you don't believe are getting attention. And the reason why I think that's important, before we take a break here real quick, I think this is important. Story selection bias is one of the real things that happens every single day in media coverage. This is the only show that you're ever going to find where if there's a story that you're not hearing any commentary on, say, Sean, what do you think about this? And email it to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And what's important to you is featured right here. So email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the final hour of the show, the power hour, revs up. We'll see what's happening as we wrap up the week. And I have the most disturbing little tidbit from a television show that is known for its drama, but not known for what happened to this person. Details coming up next on the News Junkie.
Congratulations, Chad. You just won $1,000 from Real Radio.
Thank you. I've been playing this game for years.
Who's next?
Hello. Welcome in. Welcome behind the scenes. Question for you. 2, actually. Stand by so I can edit one thing quickly, though.
Traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center of James.
Okay.
This report is sponsored
Question
by
number one.
Termite Alert. It is termite
Chat.
swarm season, and they are officially here in Florida. Termites can attack your home or business and cause costly damage. Don't live
The
with a termite
CEO of
bug. Before
Instagram
termites this swarm season,
has said this week
schedule a free
that
inspection
spending
of your
16 plus hours a day on Instagram is not a social media addiction. He says that social media addictions is not real. It's not like an addiction to drugs or drinking or gambling. It's not some cognitive issue. He says it's not real. Do you think, kids in particular, but really anybody, do you think that social media addiction is real for them? Is social media addiction real, yes or no? What do we think? Is that a real addiction, or is this just like, get off your phone, idiot? You're not addicted to it. 16 hours a week? No, 16 hours a day on some of these social media apps. 16 hours a day. Is social media addiction real? Or is it some nonsense thing where you're like, you tell me you're addicted to it, Timmy. Give me your phone. Wing it in the ocean. Addiction solved. Or is it real? Is it an actual addiction? Yes, of course. Yes. Anything could be an addiction. That guy's an idiot. I'd argue that he's not a medical professional, so he can shut the F up. Well, that's stupid. I have news for you, Kurt. A lot of the medical professionals are really dumb. Really dumb. So sometimes it just takes other people with brains to chime in on these things. I think it's worse than drugs. Yes, it's a real thing. Chat is addictive. Of course there's a social media addiction. Now, I think there's an issue here. Hear me out. Hear me out. Here's what I think the issue is. If somebody is addicted to alcohol, there's a process happening in their body. The process happening in their body has gotten so bad, and their addiction to this alcohol has gotten so bad that completely quitting alcohol for them can lead to them getting sick. Even dying in some like extreme cases. Drugs, the same thing. With a cell phone, is it any different because you could just stop? Just stop going on the internet. Just stop. Or is that still an addiction? Because, I happen to believe, I think gambling addiction is real. Gambling addiction is real. And I could say the same thing. Well, have you tried just not gambling? Stop. Stop gambling. But I think that is an addiction. So, ipso facto, doesn't that make this automatically an addiction? It feels like if you're reliant on anything, if you're so obsessed with anything, anything that you spend that much time on becomes an addiction. I think the people who are addicted and the people who claim to be addicted are two different stories. Very much, Sean. Same thing you could potentially happen to you because of the dopamine rush you get from scrolling. Those quick highs, they're addictive. Kyle, I think you're right. And not only do I think you're right, Kyle, I think companies are monetizing this to make it worse. I do. I think companies are monetizing this to make it worse. Addiction is defined by the inability to stop, not the withdrawal systems. Let's see. Let's talk words. Addiction. Let's get the definition. Addiction definition. The fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. Now, addicted. Physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance and unable to stop talking or taking it without incurring those adverse effects. Enthusiastically devoted to a particular thing or activity, he's addicted to computers. Under that definition, I think that you can be addicted to social media. And I think if somebody is spending 16 hours a day on Instagram, Yeah, I think they're addicted. I think that person's addicted.
Pizza's here. Oh, great.
Let me see if I can find a clip of him saying this.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on Identify.
Was this not a public hearing?
Talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We're coming back in 1 minute. All right, we're going to tackle this right now. Stand by. We're coming back live on the show.
New name.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Coverage begins Saturday at 4, only on CWAT.
West 2 has been following this story.
New details are coming into the newsroom right now.
Michelle Imperato, Jesse Pagan, Darren Stoltzfus, and Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi. West 2 News at 10 on CW18. Local, live, late breaking.
Want a Big Green Egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassie's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your Big Green Egg so that you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website, wassiesmeatmarket.com for your Big Green Egg today.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Bag segment here. I got a bunch of stuff, a lot of viral things in just a little bit of time. Well, we got enough time to get to them, but you get the point. We're going to jump all over the place with a couple of clips here. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Reality TV fans, I teased this before the break, so let's talk about it. Show of hands. I think all of us on the show have seen Love is Blind, right? Yeah? Love is Blind?
Yep.
Sabrina's seen Love is Blind.
A little bit. Nicole watches it. She just started the new season.
Yeah.
You're at least familiar with what's going on Love is Blind. What about you, C-Lane?
I have observed bits and pieces of it. I've never actually, really paid attention to Love is Blind.
I want to watch the next season, and it's because there was an accident on the set. And in my estimation, this is going to make for an interesting episode of Love is Blind. And here's what happened. I'm looking at the story here. Love is Blind season 10 contestant was removed from the pods and hospitalized after mistakenly pouring nail glue in her eye.
Wow. Love is really blind.
Very
Legitimately blind. The incident took place at the end of the new season's first episode. And one of these contestants on this show, Love is Blind, where you're supposed to meet people in this dating environment. Now, when they say pods, it's hard to explain this, but they go into these little rooms that are completely locked off. And on the other side of this screen is somebody else that they can't see. And they just talk to them and they fall in love with them, hopefully from a conversation. So this woman is sitting in the room getting to know this guy on the first episode, I guess, of Love is Blind. And she goes, oh, God, I need some eye drops. And as she's trying to put her eye drops in her eye, she realizes she just put nail glue.
Dude, this happens all the time. One, we've talked about this before. Two, I had a friend in college. We were all about to go out to the club.
Mm-hmm.
Super glue in the eye, thinking it's eye drops.
That's
and why
brutal.
they have not changed the way these bottles look so that there's no confusion baffles me.
Stupid question. Is there any difference between nail glue and super glue that's worth pointing out? Or is this the same
Probably,
thing?
I don't think you would want to super glue nails.
Okay, but it's some sort of like this glue is a strong glue that would hold something on your fingernail, obviously, or hold that to your body. And they said during the last few seconds of the first episode of the Netflix reality show, Alyssa Finley, 38, was seen running into the women's lounge screaming, "Oh my God, what do I do? F," the F word, before a producer calmed her down. "I know you're scared right now. We're going to have to send you out." This woman, who was a nurse in Ohio, had to be removed from the show for a bit because she accidentally put nail glue in her eye when she thought it was eye drops on the show. They hooked her up to an IV. Her eye was flushed. I know what that's like. It's miserable. The guy was getting the glue out. It was so awful. I can't believe I did that. And
Does she have any permanent damage?
I guess it's okay. They don't say about, like, they said her eye is still hurting, but she was determined to return to the show with her vision issues. Just brutal.
She really wants love.
She does. She's willing to go all the way for it, I guess. But they said that happened for the next season of that show, and that has got to be absolutely rough. Hopping along, talking during the break with the Skull Mike, the crew, the folks who talk with me during commercial breaks on the stream on YouTube, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. And I said, is social media addiction real? And I think most people think that it is. Now, one of the ways to dismiss the idea that social media might be addictive, and I'll tell you why we're talking about this in a moment. But one of the ways to dismiss it might be like, well, just take the kid's phone away and they won't be on the internet, and now you're not addicted to social media anymore. But that doesn't make a thing not an addiction. And quite obviously, things other than drinking and doing drugs can be addictions. I think there are lots of other things, high-risk things and even non-high-risk things that you can get addicted to as a person. For example, I think that gambling addiction is real because I've seen people addicted to gambling, and it can get bad. You guys have probably seen this kind of stuff too.
100%.
It's a real thing. Gambling addiction could be an issue. But I bring this up because Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri has said this week to Congress, and in a trial that he's been testifying in fact, that he rejects the notion that anybody could be addicted to social media. And they said, what about these people, these young people on your platform, these kids who are on Instagram for 16 hours a day? Are they not addicted? And he said, no, that's not an addiction. And I'm like, if that's not an addiction, then addiction doesn't exist.
I also don't know how much I will give the Instagram CEO credit in the sense of this is his business. Of course, he wants people scrolling for 16 hours plus.
If kids are getting addicted, then he has to say you have to stop them from getting addicted. And that upends the business model.
Yeah.
That ruins everything for him.
It would be like Jack Daniels saying that alcoholism was fake.
Right. And this, in this case, is just as silly. This story from NBC says Instagram, or for the AFP actually, says Instagram CEO denies addiction claims in landmark U.S. trial. The CEO of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, rejected the notion that anyone could be clinically addicted to social media. What do you think? Can you be addicted to social media? Yes or no? Meta, the parent company of Instagram and Facebook, and Google-owned YouTube are defendants in this trial. This could set a legal precedent regarding whether or not these platforms were designed to be addictive. How do you defend against that? Of course they're designed to be addictive. What's the point of an algorithm?
Yeah.
Explain to me an algorithm if an algorithm is not meant to addict people to the platform. You're meant to hold a person's attention for as long as possible to keep them on your platform. I think it's important to differentiate between clinical addiction and problematic use. That's what he says. I'm sure that I've been addicted to a Netflix show when I binged it really late one night. But I don't think it's the same thing as a clinical addiction. Now, here's the problem. His logic is off course. He's saying, and this might resonate with some people, I'm sure I've been addicted to a Netflix show when I binged it really late one night, but that's not the same as being clinically addicted to something. Well, you might not be able to be addicted to one show, but you certainly could be addicted to television. If you were spending all day, every day, just watching television,
yes,
you could be addicted to it like anything else possibly. And it seems pretty clear to me that you could be addicted to the internet or these apps or Instagram.
Have they done
seems
studies?
like that would be the case.
Is
I
there
don't know
not
if there's
some
been
sort of like chemical reaction or brain activity reaction that
dopamine
that determines someone who is addicted to something versus
I think so.
problematic
Yeah.
usage? So let's
I think
do
so.
that.
Hold on,
what
let me
are
see.
we doing? Interviewing the CEO. Let's take it to the science.
Let me ask TNJ AI, not really science, but close to it, and see what this says. TNJ AI, is there any studies that have been done on whether or not people can be addicted to social media apps like Instagram?
Yes, there have been studies on this. Research suggests that some people can develop behaviors similar to addiction when using social media platforms like Instagram. This includes symptoms like compulsive use, mood modification, and withdrawal. The debate continues on whether it's true addiction, but the patterns of excessive use and negative effects on daily life are well documented.
See, that to me, it's like, why are we going further to say whether that's an addiction if you're telling me it's messing up the person's life? They're spending 16 hours a day on Instagram. If you're spending 16 hours a day on anything, you're addicted to it. That's your whole day.
Yeah.
What is addiction if it's not that? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just a lazy Sunday.
I mean, that's one thing, one day, but I'm saying every day. If you are spending every day on whatever, let's say for you, Sabrina, it's watching TikTok videos, and you're spending every day, all day doing that thing, I just don't see how you don't call that an addiction. And I think a lot of people are probably going to agree with that, but we'll see what you think. So send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. One more story on the grab bag front here. And I believe this is confirmed. There's info coming out that says House Republicans have announced that they're going to launch an investigation into the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance, alleging that Spanish lyrics were inappropriate for television. Let me just make sure that they're actually doing this. It's a real controversy. Now, we knew it was that Randy Fine guy, who I think that guy's nuts, and some other person from Tennessee named Andy Ogles, and they're demanding an FCC probe. But now this is suggesting that these folks are going to launch an investigation. It's going to be a pretty short investigation. Like,
yeah,
I haven't seen anybody. And by the way, I would have seen it by now. 100%. If there was Spanish curse words, people would have said, "Here is Bad Bunny cursing in Spanish during the Super Bowl. This is an FCC violation, and he should be fined for it."
I haven't even seen
that video.
I haven't even seen, like, because there's some curse words in Spanish that people argue over. Like, well, this really means this means this. Like the one that's supposed to mean bitch, but it's supposed to be a lot worse than bitch. And so they argue over whether or not that's broadcast safe. But I haven't even seen that discussion happen over the Bad Bunny thing.
You would 100% see it, because if they really believed that this was happening, they would have gone back to the clips and they'd been like, here is Bad Bunny performing at halftime for the Super Bowl. Here's where he was cursing in Spanish because he didn't think we knew what he was saying, and he's trying to get away with this, and they would have done that already.
And I was watching the halftime show surrounded by Spanish-speaking people, and none of them...
And
I mean,
they had the lyrics displayed.
Some of them would have pointed out, like, whoa, hey, oh, Bad Bunny.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Pulling
He
one
didn't do
over
it.
on the white.
The songs had offensive or curse word or bad lyrics, whatever, but he, like everybody else, when you do a live performance, was changing the words in those songs. And you know that's true because you haven't seen any video evidence at all otherwise. You've only seen people saying, oh, look at the lyrics. Here's the lyrics. Show me the performance where he's saying it. That's not out there. Nobody's doing that because it didn't happen.
At one point, he even paused for censorship beeps to play while the video board behind him showed symbols that commonly denote swear words.
Yeah, it's stupid. This is a dumb thing. What a waste of time.
Yep.
Move on. Find the next actual thing that you could complain about, because this ain't it. Maybe last thing here. I wanted to work this in because I thought it was kind of cute. But there was a moment on Bloomberg television, which I know you both, Sabrina and Celine, watch very closely.
It's on the favorites list.
As soon as I get home.
Yeah.
You might have missed this interview where it was on Bloomberg called Balance of Power, and Rick Davis was being interviewed.
Oh, yeah, BOP. Of course.
Love when this happens. He's doing a very serious interview about the Department of Justice and an antitrust chief quitting, and et cetera, et cetera. And this is a visual, so I'll explain it to you guys. But as it's going on, his little granddaughter comes up and she puts her arm on his shoulder.
Look at his eyes.
He's like, oh, God. He's trying to get through the interview. She's tapping on his shoulder now. He just stiff arms her. This little girl might be like 3 years old or 4 years old or something. And she's such a cutie. She comes up to him. She puts her hand on his shoulder, taps him, and then rubs on his shoulder. She doesn't know he's on television. And he just slowly stiff arms her right out of the picture. See ya. Bye. See you later. Right on out of there, which is fun. It reminds me of, I think it was one on the BBC.
Oh,
where
my
this
God.
happened.
When the...
It was so cute.
When
BBC.
the babysitter like crawls in and tries to grab the baby. It's so good.
There's been so many of those.
That was
that
like
are
a
so
COVID
funny.
thing, you know? Like everybody was doing different workflows and working from home. And a lot of weird things happened during COVID.
And it was cute. I love moments like that.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Grandpa just be like, "Hi, this is my granddaughter," and then shove her out of the room?
Yeah, but bring her up on your lap and say, look, hey, here she is.
How do you feel
Maybe-
about this political thing we're talking about?
Maybe she's interested in this Bloomberg chat. But no, he just stiff-armed her. This was the classic.
How democracies respond to those scandals.
I love
There's
this
a guy in an interview where this little girl came in while he was doing a live interview on television,
And
she had so much attitude.
And what will it mean for
dancing
for the wider region? I think one of your children's just walked in. I mean, shifting.
He's shoving her out of the way.
And the relations with the North may change.
And the baby comes in.
I would be surprised if they do.
Two of them. The nanny comes sliding in the door.
And then like slowly pulls the baby that's in that walker thing.
If she was a car, she would have fishtailed.
It's so great.
That's so funny. Okay. All right. Quick break. When we come back, we got a couple more segments for you before we wrap up the week. And we'll see what else is in the store, plus get into your feedback that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3.
Folks, 2 segments left in the week. 2 segments left. Don't forget, bonus show unlocked Monday. It might be a holiday, but bonus show, and Courtney will be here on the stream.
Oil change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic center on James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
That was pretty adorable. It was pretty adorable. I love that guy just going, get out of here. Plus ass and secret shows. Bonus show is ass. Ass, if you're wondering. If you hear ass, A-S-S, it means after show stream. We got no show on Monday. It's a federal holiday, so we're off for a 3-day weekend. But I'll be here because you guys unlocked a bonus stream for Monday. Sean gets some sun. You look translucent, mostly trans. Come on. I just shaved. All right? It makes me look a little lighter. I get outside every single day. I get sun every single day. I guarantee you I walk further than you every single day. This isn't a competition, but it's true. Woot with Courtney? Yeah, it's going to be fun. That video is old AF. Yes, the second video is old, which is why we mentioned that it was an old classic video. We were mentioning it because of the first video, which is a new video, a brand new video that happened this week. But, so I mean, what's your point? What's your point? The sweat marks are letters? No, there's text on the shirt. I'm not sweating. There's text. There's faded text on the shirt. I'm not sweating. Didn't you all work on the federal holiday of MLK? E Fresh Rock says, yes, we don't do the black ones. It's a very iHeart thing, I guess. Actually, what happened was, under the Biden administration, they took an obscure holiday from Texas called Juneteenth and pretended that it was a massive national celebration that's been happening all the time and only held down by the U.S. government because of racism. And with that logic, they launched Juneteenth. So we take off Juneteenth as a federal holiday, and we no longer take off the actual federal holiday of Martin Luther King Jr., which is very much a real thing. Interesting how that works.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney.
Will Courtney be live from Publix? Somebody asked that earlier. But no, she will be here, and hopefully she will not go to Publix afterwards.
No upfront fees, just
A little expensive.
hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com.
DeSantis gave us Monday off at the last minute. Well, then take your Monday off, Bootsy. Don't be complaining to our governor about it. You want to apologize for giving you a vacation day?
We know which one we choose.
Just take it.
No Complete Auto Care. We have thousands of ASE certified technicians nationwide trained to spot an issue with your car.
Wow, Sean showing his true colors? What the hell are you talking about?
No matter the make or model. Get more out
What about Columbus Day? Columbus in his name has been sullied so much by Black legend that I don't know, it may take generations to bring back Columbus Day. We let the ideologues in our educational institutions take control of the narrative of Columbus Day. That's been a disaster. Hello? How is it out there? It's hot? Okay. I'm going to get some sunshine. They said I look pale. Do I look pale?
You're sweating on your shirt.
I'm not sweating. That's not sweat.
Yeah, it looks like sweat.
Where? Shut up. We were listening to it. Get out of here. Supposed to be on my side. What the hell is that? She's trolling me now. She got me too. I was like, oh, maybe I am actually sweating. I'm not sweaty, okay? Trump is talking about the discombobulator again? Yes. I got a clip for you next. Trump's talking about the discombobulator again. Stand by. Extras. When we come back, lots of clips. All right, that's exciting. We'll do that next. Trump's talking about the discombobulator. I got the clip pulled. You didn't make me look. But did Columbus actually land in North America? No, he did not. Columbus never landed in North America. He landed in the Caribbean. He had some issues with the Taino people. But mostly the bad stuff you hear about Columbus is from one of his enemies who had a diary which was meant to be Black legend, meant to sully Columbus's name. And a lot of the stuff that people talk about, especially if they're from higher ed, they're mostly really dumb people who have just read one book and believed everything in it. I'm telling you, shit like the People's History of the United States of America has changed the way people feel about things in the most bizarre, wrong-headed ways you can imagine. There are people who just buy all of the lies that get out there, and the lie takes over. Columbus wasn't great, but he wasn't as bad as they say he was. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as they say. All right, back in a minute.
$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1. Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This
we could turn this into some extra clips that I haven't worked in throughout the week, but I just got a freshie dropped right on my lap. Trump is talking about the discombobulator, and I haven't heard enough about this, if I'm honest. So let me give you a full picture of what's going on here if you're just tuning into the show. When the United States went in this unbelievably badass ninja-style mission to go into Venezuela and remove, in the middle of the night, the president of Venezuela, who stayed in office even though he stole the election and was taking over Venezuela as a dictator, and was hated by, I would say, the majority and then some of the Venezuelan people. When the U.S. forces went in to get Maduro and his wife in the middle of the night and remove him to bring him back to the USA for trial, they were very, very successful. And there were even reports that some of the soldiers were like, we tried to fire back, but we couldn't. We were so outgunned, and there was some weapon that they were shooting at us. Some mystery weapon the U.S. forces were shooting at us that made us start bleeding from the noses and drop to the ground. As the U.S. forces, the otters, if you will, overwhelmed us and completely took over. But Trump chimed in later on and said, it's called the discombobulator. And he started naming this thing, which there's no effing way this is called the discombobulator.
Now that term, though, is from a movie or a TV show? I've heard it before, but in a cartoon sense.
Mr. President, give us the go to deploy the discombobulator.
The discombobulator, Sabrina, sounds like something from Acme that the Wile E. Coyote would purchase.
Flux capacitor, like it's along those lines.
I don't think there's no way. There's just no way that this is actually called the discombobulator. But Trump, he'd be winging it sometimes. He does this kind of stuff. And then he'll say, if I say it enough times, then people will just call it this discombobulator. So he's talking about the discombobulator again. Let's listen.
Unbelievable operation, but that was a smaller operation. But it was so precise, so incredible. Nobody thought a thing like that could happen. They even talk about the discombobulator because they never got a shot off. The Russian equipment didn't work. The Chinese equipment didn't work. Everyone's trying to figure out why it didn't work. Someday you're going to find out. But it didn't work.
The discombobulator.
Nice when you can fly in and not get shot at.
I mean, I would love to go behind the scenes and see the actual top secret information. And if this thing's called the discombobulator, I'll eat my hat. There's no way. There's no way that some like professional scientist was like, we'll call it the discombobulator.
No, you know who did? Sherlock Holmes.
That's what it's from? The discombobulator?
It's referenced in several games. I just sent you from Levi's Light, which might be like a D&D type game. Sherlock Holmes has a discombobulator fight.
Okay.
This is it? A title song called The Discombobulate with Hans Zimmer for the movie soundtrack.
No,
and then
I don't think
news,
so. I think this is just an actual photograph, Sabrina, of the discombobulator that was used.
Oh, that was the early plans.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I want it to look like. Make it with the blue glowing lights.
It's got a handle on it. You squeeze the handle, the discombobulation begins, and then everybody bleeds from their noses.
Attack power 2, perfect. Venezuela is not going to see it coming.
Big House on YouTube says, I'll be getting discombobulated tonight. That's not the same thing. That's different. That is not the same thing. But we're just calling it the discombobulator now, I guess. Let's see. What else do we have here? I've got a lot of clips that we haven't played over the years. Not the years. I mean, over the week. Oh, I wanted to bring this up real quick because I've been talking about how there's this obnoxious movement that just every time you see this rear its ugly head, whack it down like whack-a-mole. Whenever people come out, it's always the same people, all right? Whenever people come out, it's always the very political people, and they tell you that silence is violence, or they tell you that you must have an opinion on this very specific topic of which you know nothing about. Whether you have a platform or not a platform, squash this idea that we need to have opinions, that everybody, that celebrities, that everybody, that Olympians, that everybody needs to have opinions on everything, whether it's what's happening in Gaza, which I trust about a fraction of 1% of the United States of America to talk about an issue like Gaza and actually know what the hell's going on. Whether it's what's happening in Ukraine, whether it's, ICE, whatever it is. The people who push for this crap, who push for forced politics, that's what I'll call it, forced politics, they don't care about anything other than you agreeing with them. They don't want you to speak out on the topic. They want you to agree or they're going to come after you. It's like being silent isn't enough. They're bored by that. So they wait. They go, you must weigh in. Your silence is violence. All of this crap, absolute crap. And then when somebody does weigh in, if they don't say X, Y, and Z exactly like they want, you don't pass the litmus test, well, then they still go after you. It's all in an effort to strike fear in people and to squelch free speech, to make you afraid of saying the wrong thing. Don't bow down to that pressure. Dismiss these losers, these political losers at every turn. Kevin James says, when they asked him, why don't you weigh in on stuff like this, Kevin? Huh, Kevin? Mr. James, if you will, why don't you weigh in on this? Kevin James said, there are experts who know much more than I do. I'm just focusing on what I can do, delivering a fun, heartfelt break from the craziness of the world, says Kevin James. Everybody carries themselves around all day long with a lot of stress. It's necessary in some ways, but you also need a break. You got to look around and find the good in things. Otherwise, you're just not going to function. And I want to make people have fun, have hope, and get a nice escape to their day. So, of course, when you look at the comments on things like this, it's generally a lot of people screaming.
F you, Paul Blart.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about,
Isn't
man?
it a serious-ass movie coming up?
He is in something, and I don't know, Sabrina, if that was why. Did you see the picture of Kevin James alone at the Super Bowl?
Yes, with the flowers and crying.
Yeah, he was like alone crying. Kevin
Cool
James,
promo.
Super Bowl. He's alone crying at the Super Bowl, and he's got a bouquet of flowers, and nobody's sitting around him. And I think this maybe is for that movie you're talking about.
It's Solo Mio.
Solo Mio?
Yeah.
Isn't it already out, though?
Yeah, it is. He gets left at the altar, and then at the beginning of the movie, and then it's like Kevin James's own Eat, Pray, Love or something like that. He finds himself,
Serious?
and yeah.
Okay. But Kevin James is just absolutely unequivocally right about that. And the bigger problem, very quickly, is this. I heard a lot of people get angry about U.S. Olympians, and they're like, look, the Olympians are getting political. The Olympians are weighing in with this and that. I don't care, right? The point is two things. One, it's not about getting political. It's about forced speech, agreeing with these people. They don't just want to hear what your opinion is. They want it to be theirs exactly to the T, or they will bury you. This is a game of fear. That's one. Number two, don't get mad at the Olympians. Don't get mad at the celebrities. Don't get mad at all the folks on the red carpet, at fashion and award shows that are saying all these things. Get mad at all of the reporters that ask them the questions to begin with. That's where this comes from. The reporters who can't help themselves. The reporters who actually want to inject politics into everything and want to make sure you can't have a nice little breather on your weekend without somebody screaming Gaza or whatever in your face, or ICE or whatever. That's where the problem begins. That's where it could end. That's who asked these athletes. That's who asked the basketball players and the figure skaters and the Olympians and everybody that you get mad about and you say, shut up and dribble or shut up and sing or shut up and whatever. 99% of the time,
dance.
It's somebody from the media who's pushing the question on them. And that's where this starts. All right. Let me know what you think. Send a dispatch and we'll get some of these in. Final dispatches. Stories that, oh, by the way, Too Short's on the same page. Too Short, the rapper, he says a rapper should also, keep politics to themselves. Now, if they don't want to talk about politics, if they want to, whatever, you have freedom of speech to do this. I don't like the forced stuff, and I don't like the idea that they continue to try to push these people by asking those questions. Anyhow, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday in the week. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Part of...
Hello, final dispatches on the way. Yeah, the Olympics have never been political? Who said that? Who said the Olympics have never been political? Who said that? Oh, wait. It's the end of the show. Who said that the Olympics have never been political? I got to get Today I Learned. While we wait for that, here's what I want to ask you. Because it's time, the ball's in your court. I want to ask you what you think. Rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10, that means I wheel it off to the News Junkie Hall of Fame. The News Junkie Hall of Fame. I wheel it over here, no notes. 1 out of 10, follow me, Samuel L. Jackson. 1 out of 10's in this corner. This is Crapsville. We never talk about this. We only learn from it. We beat ourselves up. I say, Sean, go into that corner and think about what you've done. 10 out of 10 good, 1 out of 10 bad. Rate the show for the day. 10 out of 10 says weed consumer. The guy that said keep politics out of the Olympics, that's who? Who said that? I didn't say keep politics out of the Olympics. I said for the people complaining about this, the problem exists within the media landscape full of reporters who ask Olympians questions like, with ICE and the actions going on in Minneapolis, do you feel strange representing the United States? With the United States on the verge of fascism, do you feel strange representing the red, white, and blue? That's where it comes from. That's what the problem is. 6.7 Wimpy Air Hordes out of 10. 10 out of 10 Nut Juice. 10 out of 10 Sun State Johns. 10 out of 10 Discombobulators. 7.5, let's have a great 3-day weekend. 9.2 Samuel L. Jacksons. 10 out of 10, you earn your paycheck. 10 out of 10 because you finally fired Gene. He had it coming, didn't he? Didn't he? Didn't you just quote two people to say keep politics out of the Olympics, or am I hallucinating? You are hallucinating. I quoted Kevin James when asked why he doesn't comment on political issues or world affairs. I quoted him saying that there are people who know more about this and he doesn't feel like that's his place. 8 lines off toilet seats. Ew. Ew. Now, here's what I want. You have 30 seconds. In this 30 seconds, please nominate your chatter of the week. I have to go get Today I Learned. Give me your nominees for Chatter of the Week as we wrap up the week. God bless you all. Buzz says, criticizing your country or your politicians does not make you un-American. It's the most American thing you do. That's horseshit, to be honest with you. That is. The most American thing you can do is be an honest American. And when America does actually do something bad, you criticize America. When America does something good, you talk of the virtues of America. To be an honest representative of America is important. But not this whole like America bad bullshit. These are just people who have the most simplistic worldview in the world, and it's like the West is bad, the global North is bad, America is bad, and that's it. That's not patriotic. That's stupid. But yes, criticizing your country can be patriotic. Can be patriotic. The Publix workers can't be Chatter of the Week. No. Refused and rejected. Ryan won't let you? Oh, I didn't know that. Our Chatter of the Week hails from twitch.tv/the News Junkie. Our Chatter of the Week hails from the platform Twitch. It's his birthday. You get the birthday horn. All day yuckers is our chatter of the week. Congratulations. I think I'm deaf now. All day yuckers. Our chatter of the week. All day yuckers. MFQ says, I've never met a USA bad person. They're mostly on the internet. But it's a fringe percentage, about 10% of the left and 10% of the right, where everything is just, you know, the reason why is because America is bad. For foreign intervention. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring. Twitch is for losers? No. No. Can't wait for Hooters this weekend. I hope you just essed your pants, Sean. No, I didn't. You can hope in one hand and do that in the other. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for hanging out all week. Thank you for hitting the goal this week. Thank you for watching on YouTube and Twitch. Sorry for the things you didn't like. Sorry for the things you didn't agree with. Sorry for the things that made you mad. And thank you for being here for everything else. Stay gold. We'll see you on Monday for a bonus stream.
Since 1976, Springtree has captured the essence of Vermont's maple heritage, bringing the warmth
Bonus stream Monday.
of nature to your table. For 5 decades, they've honored
Featuring
the
Courtney.
tapping trees and creating 100% pure maple syrup. Grab your Springtree bottle at Publix today. Bringing the sweetness of nature to your table. For 5 decades, they've honored the craft of tapping trees and creating 100% pure maple syrup. Grab your Springtree bottle at Publix today.
And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
It is such a pleasure to be with you each week, but this one, well, it's over, friends, and we'll do it all again next week. We shall do it once more next week. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. Let's see what we have time for. Did you guys see the video of this cop falling that's gone like mega viral?
I just watched it.
Oh, my God.
So
Hang on. Let me see if I can run.
And I love the response to it.
Yeah, there's this cop. I don't think they were at like a very serious police call, but it's this Tennessee police officer who fell off of a porch of this house. Okay, here it is. And, all right, here he is with his body cam on. He rolls over. He rolls over like a turtle. He falls out the front door of this house. And then as he falls out of the front door of this house, he knocks another cop over. Right here.
So much to this fall.
Is that?
Is
it just me, or is that like an unusually small porch?
It's a little porch.
There's not a lot of walking room in between those chairs and the end of that
But
porch.
it took him like 5 pregnant seconds to actually fall.
Yeah.
He fell like 4 times. He fell walking out. Then he landed on his side. Then he rolled. Then he fell again. And he knocked another cop off the...
Yep, I'm done.
Yep, I'm done.
He's just on the ground like a turtle. Other cops laughing at him. 28 million views and counting. Nice. Good work. All right.
Not bad.
There we go. Anything else that we can work in? I don't know if we have a time for like a final dispatch situation. I don't think so, actually. No, we don't. We just don't. I would do it, but I'll save some of those for Monday if any of the dispatches really break through and mean something.
Yeah, Monday.
And right now, actually Tuesday. We're off on Monday. Okay, here we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, February 13th, 2026. Here we go. A stalker of this guy right here. Eminem, that's correct.
Stan.
A stalker of Eminem, possibly Stan, possibly some other guy, committed 3 home invasions over a 6-year period, this guy did. In 2019, he broke into one of Eminem's former homes and told the new homeowner he was looking for his brother Marshall.
Oh.
In 2020, he broke into Eminem's home and told Eminem he was there to kill him. Things had, I guess, escalated. In 2024, he broke into Eminem's home again. And round we go.
Bitch, I'm going to kill you.
They keep making plea deals and letting these people out. He was released on parole the last time a couple of years ago. He's been quiet for at least a little while. Today I learned Abraham Lincoln wrote a true crime mystery story.
Happy belated birthday, Abraham Lincoln.
And he wrote a mystery story based on a real case he defended. One brother confessed to a murder and implicated his 2 siblings, but Lincoln exonerated them all when the victim was found alive in a nearby town suffering from amnesia. What a weird-ass story that is, but I guess a true one nonetheless from Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Today I learned this lady right here.
Aretha Franklin.
That's right, Aretha Franklin. Her sister Carolyn Franklin was a songwriter who wrote multiple hits for her. In 1975, Carolyn got her big break when producer Curtis Mayfield asked her to sing on the soundtrack for the film Sparkle. I don't know that film.
Isn't that Mariah Carey?
Is it?
That's Glitter.
It's Glitter.
Glitter. Yeah, probably about the same. After hearing the incomplete songs, Aretha forced Carolyn off the project and replaced her.
Whoa.
She never got the credit from old Aretha Franklin.
Rough.
Let's see here. Let's just move on to the last one. Did you guys see the new leader of North Korea? This is 13-year-old
girl.
What?
This is a villain
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks like she's going to be a bad bitch.
They're like, here's the next leader of North
13.
Korea. She's a teenager. Today I learned this guy.
Armstrong. Louis Reed. Louis Reed.
Is correct. In college, Lou Reed was expelled from the ROTC program. He got upset, and he held an unloaded gun to his superior's head, which I guess is frowned upon. They don't really like that happening. But Lou Reed made musical history by doing this song and some other ones. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over on thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you.